Hello and welcome to AllShorts and Tories and corruption in Russia. Oh dear. Well, I hope everything's okay. Oh, I'm expecting some trolls. Yes, but I'm hoping they don't stay around for too long. If I see them, that is. Well, yes, so it's all been going on, hasn't it? And poor old Ukraine. The people of Ukraine are really, they're in fear of their lives at the moment. But I believe this is all stemmed back from, it's not recent events, is it? It's something that's been going on for many years. Since the, 2014 with Crimea. And before that was Georgia in 2008, I think. 2008? Yeah, 2008. And, but people are kicking off, they are. Industry's kicking off as well. You've got BP, they've decided to, they're exiting 20% of their shares in Russian energy, which is obviously a good thing. God, I sound really echoey in my ears. Hope I'm not echoey. That's these earplug thingy with jiggies. So, anyway, I want to get into it. Oh my giddy arm. What is that? Oh, no, you don't see that, no. So, yeah, it's all very worrying, isn't it? And I think it's worrying, obviously, for everybody, including ourselves, not just for the Ukrainians. And some of the videos we're seeing online are so sad. It's awful. It's democracy, and some tyrant has decided they're going to walk in with a load of tanks. It's not exactly going in his way at the moment, is it? It's but it will. I think it's inevitable. I just think it's too powerful. But the thing that worry me is like, for instance, they're totally indiscriminate. There they are. They're going in with their tanks, and they're just going through the forest, through the roads. They're going everywhere. They're just destroying the landscape, let alone anything else. And then obviously you got the the environmental impact regarding carbon fuels. Not exactly the most environmental tanks I ever did see. They're in a bit of a state. The Russian, military force they're putting there, they're in hell of a blooming way. I know it might not be real, but I've seen lots of pictures like inside tanks and stuff like that. And quite frankly, they look like one of my old cars. Or ripped seats and stuff. Especially old Morris Minors. The old vinyl seats. Yeah, not great. But hopefully, okay, so Mickey D has said, Putin threatened to use nukes. Yeah. But will he? I don't know. There's two types of nukes, isn't there? You've got like the big buggers, and then you've got the tactical nukes. So they sort of take out infrastructure. But obviously the devastation from that is horrendous. But Tuesday and goes like, turns, I hope some takes out and make it look like a heart. Yeah, maybe that's what we need. What's that film where they try to get the Korean? There's a film where they try to get the Korean Kim Jong-un and they got a suppository to get this poison in to poison. Yeah, President Kim Jong-un. I can't even say that. Kim Jong-il. Which one is it now? Lost. Anyway, North Korea. Oh, it's a film. I can't remember what it's called. It's called The Interview. That's it. It's The Interview. Not The Interview with a Vampire. No. So yeah. So who we got here? We've got Peters. Oh gosh, hello there. Dominic Byron. Oh, message retracted. Oh, Lucy Willis. Geraldine. Yes, I've got your cup. I've always got your cup. It's got there. Got Robert Wilson, Joe Marios, Brian Maguire, and Wim. I'm not a troll. I'm an EU citizen. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, and this chair keeps going down. I'm sure I'm getting shorter. It's either that I'm getting fatter and I'm pushing the chair down. Poor chair. Poor old thing it is too. So yeah, but there's so much money flying about. And it seems to be landing in the Tories' pockets. Even, I'm from Norfolk. And even in Great Yarmouth of all places. Blimey. So else we got hey, yes, do it. Hello there. And number 3, good evening to you too. no Lassie. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry if I haven't. I'm only half troll. I'm going to get trolls out. I definitely am going to get trolls out. It's just the topic, isn't it? You know, poor old bowl hat man the other day. He was getting it in the neck. He was. It is a sensitive topic, but I don't want to take it like that. I don't want to take that kind of. I'm more interested. Obviously, the situation is diabolical, and it's and it's very, very frightening, and I feel very much for the refugees and what have you, and it's very sad. But in this, I'm more interested in this stream. I want to talk about Tory corruption, and it's Russian money. They all be locked up. They do. They're all criminals. No matter what they say. And then you've got I just got my antivirus just popped up in front of my screen. Go away. No, don't want to see that. Don't want to see that either. I shouldn't have done that. Anyway. Yeah, they will be all locked up, really. That's what they do. But it's doing Boris. Should I say Alexander? Yeah, Boris the Pfeffel Johnson. Is that right? Him. Yeah, it's doing him a world of good, isn't it? There he is, speaking in Russian to the Russian people. Calling on the Russian people. Oh, we know it's not you. Well, some of them might disagree with him, actually, because quite frankly...
I know for sure that we have never taken any aggressive actions. Never. Russia is only defending itself.
The fault lies with Ukrainian politicians. Vladimir Putin is doing what he can to help out.
Crazies are everywhere. Blimey. So, anyway. The Russian President, as you know, Vladimir Putin has announced a special military operation, apparently. That's what he's called it. It's called war. It's called an invasion. In the country's Donbas region, which has sparked, a global response, hasn't it? It's a propaganda-driven campaign. These people are brainwashed, aren't they? And this was in Moscow. But it's not everywhere. There's protests against this Russian invasion all over the country, and mainly amongst the young, though. And it's not just the young, to be fair, but it is mainly the young. But it's with this kind of the amount of people that are protesting, they can't chuck them all in the gulag, can they? I don't know how big the gulags are. I have to build more gulags. Blimey. Maybe they'll do what China's done and put them into camps and start selling their hair and other bodily parts. Lovely. Anyway, so where was I? I digressed just a bit. It was a propaganda-driven campaign, which is it's not winning any support from around the world, except Putin's latest Alexander Lukashenko. And although he did mock Alexander Boris the Pfeffel Johnson, he called him an alcoholic, drinking low-quality vodka. That's probably true. Anyway, after his visit to Kiev and talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin about the Ukraine crisis a few weeks back, it was. Well, since the threat started rearing its ugly Putin head, the Tory campaign has seen no problem with being funded by dodgy Russian money. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, Russia sees the donation as a payment for services. Yeah, services rendered, paving the way for the Russian oligarchs and a complex network of companies. And they're funneling that money in there. You can't trace it. It's really hard to find. You're not going to try and tell me there's, on his property papers, ownership papers, and, his deeds, it says, the property of Vladimir Putin. No, it's not. It'd be some shell company or some company held in, I don't know, some asset holding company or something like that, to hide the money. Anyway, so then he can sell it off later or do whatever he wants with it later and doesn't have to pay any tax. Extract money out of the UK. They've been doing it for years, they have. And the Tories, they pave the way for them to do that. Lovely people, aren't they, these Tories? Like the golden visas. Or was it golden showers? I can't remember. Something to do with Putin. It's probably the golden showers. I haven't got a golden showers, but this will have to do. So it's a brown shower. Sorry. Well, I shouldn't really be laughing. It's quite a serious topic, really, isn't it? I shouldn't be laughing. I'm trying to take it on a lighter note, because that's kind of me. You know, didn't you cry, wouldn't you? So yeah, it's funding money for all these different companies, and it's funding Putin's war. But this is old news, you know this already. It's been going on for donkey's years, yeah, friends of. Best buddies and all that. Well, the Conservative Party has opened itself up to potentially malign Russian influence by accepting donations from individuals with links to the Kremlin. Well, the former Tory chair of the Intelligence and Security Committee, the ISC, has warned Dominic Grieve that he did. Oh, I didn't. I was supposed to get a picture of Dominic Grieve, but he ain't a looker, is he? So that's probably for the better. For the best, I didn't. Yeah, he ain't like me. What do you reckon? Oh, okay. I'll shut up. Anyway, Dominic Grieve, the former Tory Attorney General, and until 2019, the chair of the parliamentary ISC. Well, yeah, it was the one they got rid of him, didn't they? Attacked the Conservative Party for its continued acceptance of money linked to the Kremlin. Well, the Russia report. Yeah, what's happened to that, I wonder? I would like to know, wouldn't you? It's been buried. Anyway. Well, it's been obvious for a long time is that anybody who is a Russian living in the UK and continues to have business, family and other links to Russia, the Tory party must factor in their reasons for giving money to the Tory party. It's flippin' obvious, isn't it? It's not rocket science. If you give money to the Tory party, you're expecting something back, aren't you? Preferential treatment. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't all the oligarchs and it's not all the Russians, obviously, you know, because that'd be like xenophobic, but it's just the links, they just link back to Putin. That's the problem. And if there's any doubt, a shadow of a doubt, you just don't deal with them, you don't take their money. But no, this lot do, because they're corrupt. That's the Tory party, they're corrupt, they are. Well, there's no getting away from it. There are a significant number of Russians in the UK who have links to the Russian regime. I don't know what that... Well, that's Priti Patel with... I put a Boris Johnson on her, but I don't know why. Is it because he's licking it? No. I can't remember. Well, it's a ducking stool anyway. I've got Priti Patel and Boris Johnson on a ducking stool that happens to look like a broomstick. As well. Well, as a broomstick. She's riding a broomstick on a ducking stool. I just think we need to bring this sort of stuff back. We need the stocks. We need to tar and feather. This only for obviously for political figures, and we need the ducking stool. That's purely for Priti Patel because she's a witch. Yeah. That one. Evil woman she is. Anyway, let's see what you've been saying. Oh, it's in the chat. Oh dear. Well, where are we? Now, I got told off last time by Glasgow because I was too far up the chat. So I'm going to start part way up, and then see. Anyway, you're in your half troll. Yes, I read that one already. Which half? Brian Maguire goes. Oh dear. Esther Witt says, "Oh gosh, the mutual assured destruction used to be enough deterrent." Yes. Nuclear missiles. I have a bad habit of living in red zones. If it happens, nothing we can do about it. Conventional warfare is bad enough. Yeah. See, the people pressing these buttons, they've been in a bunker somewhere. They're not going to feel the effects of it, apart from unless they want to get a breath of air or something, because obviously then they'll get all blistery and start popping, and yeah, won't be nice. No, it's very frightening. I worry about my dogs actually. They wouldn't know what's going on, would they? Poor little devils. You know. I'm gonna start. I think what we're going to have to start doing. Actually, I might actually do a channel on this, how to build a bunker. Or maybe I can do it on my woodworking channel, but I don't think a wooden bunker would be a lot of good. To cover it in like masses of concrete. I could go to the local church and nick all the lead off the roof and just keep coating it in lead. We've got loads of food already, so yeah, because we do a lot of preserves, you see, we store a lot of food, so yeah. It's toilet rolls though, we need to get some toilet rolls, that's really important. Get your toilet rolls before they're sold out. Because there's going to be other problems as well, you know, from this conflict. Because this, Liz Trustless Trust. Trustless Trust. Trustless Trust? Oh, I can't even get the words out. Liz Truss this morning, speaking to, on the Trevor, what's its show? I can't remember his name now, Trevor, anyway. And she was saying that she believed it could go on for up to 10 years, if not longer. And that is scary. That's all you're going to get in the news. Blimey. Oh yeah, and it's there's definitely going to be conflict for a very long time because there's insurgents as well, isn't there? You know, even if Russia does manage to take control of Kiev, the Ukrainian people, they are so flippin' brave. I mean, they're amazing. I stand back in awe. You know, obviously, don't like any conflict whatsoever. But when you see people, they come together. It's quite inspiring. Yeah, humbling, I would say, quite humbling as well. Although I just see one woman who kind of she thought she looked cool with her taking pictures of herself. She's been one of the reporters or somebody they've been contacting in Ukraine. And I thought you're glamorising it a little bit here, but it's nothing glamorous about war. People die, and they've been targeting flipping hospitals down in the southern regions, so it's not great. And then you've got other stuff as well, haven't you? Like, I don't know if you've seen some of this. Oh, you've probably seen it already. I don't know if I ought to do this one or not. Get rid of that. Get that on. Yeah, you might have seen this. This is not the behaviour. These people, these are the Russian military. Don't worry, he survives. Amazingly. That's just this mind-boggling. What possesses somebody to do that? They can't all. I'm not going to be wrong. Not all the Russian military is going to be like that, are they? That's a madman. It's got to be. But then again, so is Putin. He's a madman. He's lost his marbles, he has. How come these people get into power? Anyway. So yeah. Oh, I was going through the chat, wasn't I? So Joro Mariella says any gay people in the crowd must have just gone hetero. Well, I'm not. But what, in the chat? I don't think I am anyway. I don't know. To be honest. I've never been put in a position where I'd find out. No. Anyway. What did Marcus say? Oh, Brian Maguire. I think Putin has become mentally unstable. Yes, I 100% agree. Oh gosh, he has. Yes, only a fool would risk a nuclear war. I've got my doubts that the West. I think it's not all the West, is it? I don't see how. Because it's ground zero, isn't it? What are you defending anyway? If you do, if you say, for instance, Putin does press that, his red button. I've got a button here. Presses his red button, and launches his missiles. Well, you retaliate. That's the end, isn't it? That's the end game. So, for the sake of the plan, I don't think we should retaliate, maybe. Was it Corbyn? You wouldn't commit to whether or not he'd pressed the button or not. And that was Corbyn, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, where you gone? Where you gone? Oh, Mo Green 19. Oh gosh, no. Putin's propaganda is pushed by the right wing and left wing extremes. It will set up that way. It's been an ongoing drip. How did we get Brexit? How did we get Brexit? It's the same thing. It's propaganda. People have been brainwashed over a period of time when they've got little tiny wieners and little tiny brains. Yeah, sell. Maybe one, if they're lucky. Look at Donald Trump. You know, he's not exactly the brightest cookie, is he? No.
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
I wonder if Putin did the same test. Maybe. Well, it does make me wonder. It really, really does. So, what else we got here? Brian says, I grew up in Mo Green grew up in West Berlin. Oh, crikey. And Gosh says, Putin's propaganda is overtly and clearly right-wing. If you knew any real left-wingers, you'd know that. Oh. I wouldn't say I'm not lefty. I'm sort of veering towards the middle, I would say. I'm boring. Oh, Abnormal Abner. Hello there. How you doing, buddy? Try again. Worked in Germany. One of those No! You're an expat or you're an immigrant. Are you German? You are, aren't you? Anyway, building a nuke shelter for a farmer at a place called... He's loving his investment. I've got to read this out again. Right. Abnormal Abner said that he worked in Germany building a nuke shelter for a farmer at a place called Gießen. Was it Gießen or Gießen? But he's loving his investment now. I bet he is. Crikey. Well, there's another film. I can't remember what it's called again now. It's got the guy out of Mummy in it. Oh, and they're sort of like trapped down in their bunker because of threat of nuclear fallout, and apparently, the world went on and there was no problems. There was no, and they've been there for like 30 odd years down in this bunker. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, that's quite funny you say that, because I mentioned this the other day actually on one of my other streams, and my father, there's a place in Norfolk called New Coffey. It's on the west side of Norwich, and my father was working on a site there, which was he was working for Carter's at the time, I think it was Carter's, and big construction firm. And anyway, they incoming, they're big old dug and stuff like that, and there was all these concrete. My dad was doing all a lot of the shuttering work. Obviously, it's a big team doing all the shuttering work in this reinforced concrete. So they're building all this with concrete, and then these big panels were coming in, like massive panels, and all lead lined and stuff. It was obvious, obviously, what it was going to be. And once it's finished, it's all secret. They ought to do like, secrecy thingamajiggies, and that's a technical term. But at the end, he knew exactly what it was, because you can see every so often this thing would come out of the ground. Dad showed me years and years ago. I was only a boy. This thing would come out of the ground, and obviously I suppose it was air change or something. I can't remember exactly. He did tell me a long, long time ago. So during the Cold War, what have you, there was that threat, wasn't there? People were building these things. This was the military one. This was, but yeah, I don't know if it's decommissioned or whatever. I don't know. They might have to recommission it now, or build another one. Quite scary, isn't it? What we got going on? Oh, do you know what? I forgot about that. I was about to say it, then I forgot to say it. Abnormal Abner says, not German, more Auf Wiedersehen, pet. I used to love that. That was brilliant. Hello. Oh, I've got a visitor. What you found me?
Oh, look.
What's up?
So you need a little bit there.
Oh my God, there's lots of there's Russian names.
No,
Bad enough English.
forces have been repelling Russia from the there,
Yeah, Kharkiv, yeah.
right? And and the Russian soldiers were surrendering in groups of 5 to 10. And from
Really? Apparently, this is just when this come out. Oh, 6 o'clock today, so people might have seen it.
Yeah.
That's right. This is is it The Guardian? That's in The Guardian. In The Guardian, apparently, in The Guardian, it's in The Guardian, I mean, apparently it's what's happening. After fierce fighting and street battles with advancing Russian troops, the Ukrainian forces have actually repelled them when they attempted to seize Kharkiv. Kharkiv's governor, oh God, I'm Bennett. I'll try to say it. Ola Sinyapov. What? And said Ukrainian soldiers were cleaning up the eastern city. He said Russian soldiers were surrendering in groups of 5 to 10 and throwing their equipment in the middle of the road. That's amazing. The thing is, also, there's a lot of Russians. They're trying to make their way to the US at the moment, aren't they?
And that big demonstration
They
in
want-
St. Joan and Petersburg, is that
Where's that?
St. Joan?
Oh, St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg.
Yeah, St. Petersburg. What?
Huge demonstration.
Yeah, massive demonstrations at the moment in St. Petersburg, which is absolutely fantastic because people are getting together, aren't they? In Russia. It's not all the Russian people. There's a few screwballs, but we have to remember that. There's lots of good people. Yes. Just like there's good British people as well. Unless they're Brexiters, of course, because they're a bunch of.
Kipper.
Yeah, I are. I can't do it in plural. I suppose I could do this.
Kipper.
Ah, that worked. Sort of. Right, I digressed. Thanks, that was the missus. She's my she's my chief researcher. In between cutting the grass and looking after the dogs. Hi there, whatever. 133701. Random number. Oh, where are we? Oh gosh, Mo Green says, oh gosh, left-wing extremism is indeed fascism. Well, you know what they say about if you go far enough to the left, eventually you meet up on the right. Yeah. That's what they say. I happen to agree. And that's what you get when you vote for somebody like Alexander Boris Pfeffel Johnson as well. And you start following people like Nigel Farage. Lovely. You get garages, Farage garages, full of lorries, and poor lorry drivers nowhere to go, and they poop in bags and pee in bottles. Like I said before, wide-neck bottles. Of course, it's dangerous. I don't need to demonstrate the squeezy bottle technique again. No, obviously not. Tony Razor says, oh gosh, yes, fascism is extremism. Ideologically neutral because it is about the methods used, not the goals to seek to achieve. Hello, Captain Puckwash. I hope you're well. Victor Oban, throws his weight behind the VDL. Didn't see that one coming. Yeah, I know. I actually thought Victor Oban was, President Hungary. Is he President or Prime Minister? Can't remember which way. Anyway, I thought he was going to support Russia. As I thought. Obviously got that one wrong. And even China abstained, didn't they, in the Security Council meeting? Yeah, in their vote.
You have
number 3, thank you very much for that. Oh, and you accepted the truth. We need to rise up against our own oppressors. We do. I did a video earlier. I had my pitchfork and I did one about farming, and I had my pitchfork. I did, and I might have a couple more if anyone want to borrow a pitchfork, and we can stand up against these oppressors. Or it's either that we just wait until Guy Fawkes night and just blow that up. Will that work? Reckon he got caught, didn't he? So maybe we need a different plan. Yes. Communism is left fascism. I just blocked. Oh gosh. Oh, okay. Wiki entry, terminate from some form of fascism. Okay. Right. Yeah, you're right. Yes, that's what I was saying a minute ago. If you go far enough, Patrick H. saying, if you go far enough to the right, you meet people who are, well, gone extremely left. Yeah, fair enough. That's exactly right. That's what I think, anyway. Actually, I read it somewhere. Patrick H. Most of the units deployed were most likely made up of the career soldiers. Afterwards, the conscripts. Yeah, they don't. That's this. A lot of these soldiers, they don't necessarily want to go to war. They just go. It's the life, isn't it? You know. They don't necessarily want to go to war. I've got a friend of mine's son. I have to admit, he's I shouldn't say this. I know he's going into the SAS. But I'm not going to tell you who it is. So anyway, it doesn't matter, does it? So, yeah, but I would say he's a career. He's doing wrong. He's worked really, really hard. But I don't know if he's that bothered about going to war. It's about what he's achieving at the moment. And he's achieving a lot. He's like me. He's just full of muscle. He's like me. I'm very lean. Yeah. He is, and he's just sort of ready, an ounce of fat on him. And he did is it 3 Peaks or something recently? It was last year. 3 Peaks, 2 Peaks, 3 Peaks or something. Anyway, on the bike and going up the hills or mountains, whatever they are. Anyway, he's always doing extreme stuff. I went on the motorbike to do the. What's the one of the passes? The one that they did on top of gear between Italy and Switzerland. Oh, come to me a minute. I keep forgetting that. On the motorbike. Anyway, I was with him. So anyway, I'll talk about one of my friends actually got some sad news. Well, in France, literally, well, they used to be our neighbours. Well, saying neighbours, about 200 metres away, but they were effectively our neighbours, and their daughter just committed suicide, which is very sad. So, yeah. Not nice. Pressure's on people these days. She's only 21. 21. It's crazy. We don't know why. We only found out today, so... Anyway. Get that out of my head. Anyway, my dad was a soldier, a tank driver and recovery mechanic. Oh, do you know what I should have brought up here? Bugger. It's my grandfather's little... I didn't even think about it. I've been very good. My grandfather did a little diary. It's a little tiny little book that he was writing in when he was going into Belsen camp. He was a driver for a Colonel Baig, lieutenant or colonel. Well, anyway, he's a driver for us. And going into Belsen camp, and some of the stories, oh my god. And he bottled all this up. He didn't talk about this until 3 months before he died. And he used to wake up when I was a kid, I used to stay at my grandfather's and get woken up. I was in the room next door, get woken up, and that'd be him just scream, let's get this camel full up, screaming and in hot sweats and stuff. And he had this recurring nightmare, and it was the nightmare was bodies hanging in the fridges. At Belsen camp, but there was no bodies. There was meat carcasses. But when they went into Belsen camp, there was bodies piled up and stuff on either side, and the macerated body, skinny people, because obviously malnourished people and half dead. Yeah, it's fucking horrible. So he had that vision. He made that connection in his head, even though it wasn't what happened. But I do have that there is from when because obviously what you can imagine what happened. The Brits were looting as they went through as well, and that's where this is from Germany. This decanter here, that's a lovely thing. And also my grandfather, who's actually my sister's got it now, has got von Kramer's dress dagger, or one of. It's a standard dress dagger, but if you unscrew the whole part's got his initials on the Joseph von Kramer. So it was a bit of, yeah. But yeah, he's because they had all sorts of dysentery and all sorts of problems going on in that particular camp, didn't they? In Belsen, because they didn't have water, they had no sanitary, and he was sending these men into the towns to commandeer water and stuff like that, and because the supplies were cut off because we blew up the railway. So I don't know. He's evil. Anyway, he went to the Hague, didn't he? It was not the Nuremberg trials. It's already stated. Alright, the threat is serious. Spartafly, hello there, Spartafly, hope you're well. Peter Dulles, unfortunately, I can only listen, but MacFall has already stated that he thinks the threat is serious. And should not lead to overreaction. Yeah. Are you talking about the threat of and the nuclear threat or Spartafly? Simon says, I wonder if Rees-Mogg treated money from Russia. I'm going to be doing about Rees-Mogg in a minute, actually. Retreating money from Russia. Well, yeah. Rees-Mogg has got his fingers deep in that pie. Yeah. Not American Pie, no. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he did do American Pie, but no. Anyway, I digress. Brian Maguire says, I wonder if Jacob Rees-Mogg shares in munitions factories. Will that be down to his Somerset Capital Management Company? What do they call it? SCM? Yeah. He doesn't actually have many shares in it anymore. It's going down to about 6%, I believe. Or it's going because he's doing. The company's got a share, like a share where they distribute the shares out or something. It's bad enough that he actually keeps lending himself money from his own company. It's nuts, isn't it? Hello, Alexi G. I hope you're well. And Jamie Ashton. Corruption and lies are alive and well on the Tory hell Britain. Yes, very much so. No disalsi. Excuse my pronunciation or whatever. No disalsi. Okay. My dad was a soldier, a tank driver, and a recovery mechanic. Now, this is going to tickle you. As you know, I've got a particular hatred for Brexit. Yes. And my late father, who died after he put the cross in the wrong box, didn't help our relationship at all, I can tell you. And he was he had to do the enlistment and all that. And he went into the forces. Do you know he got out? Because he had a rash. But do you know what he was doing? You know the brass polishing stuff, Brasso. He was putting it on his skin. He got himself out by doing that. Crikey, I'd never tell anyone that. I'd be so ashamed. God. Yeah. I don't know if you did tell anyone else. You told me, but crikey. But one thing I will say about my old man, he was one hell of a craftsman. Absolutely brilliant craftsman. He had no taste. but his skills were phenomenal skills. Could we get mass riots in Russia followed by Putin fleeing the country? That is possible. Because they can't stick everybody in the gulag, can you? It's like, for instance, insurgents, what have you, in Ukraine, unless they whittle the bodies, whittle them down enough, and they're not going to squeeze them onto the gulag, are they? It's just enough room. But you got Zelensky, wasn't he? He was calling out to the world, to take up arms against, to protect, not against, against Russia, I suppose, to help protect Ukraine. And Zelensky, oh my God, isn't he a surprise? Oh, what a man. you know, he's criticised up until now, obviously, because he was. I didn't think he was very good at his job, but crikey, I think I did. I put this in a tweet actually, but I was listening to somebody who's been interviewed. Oh, that tennis player who's been interviewed. It's probably on Sky or something like that, and he said that the president, you know, Vladimir Zelensky, was he was a comedian in life, but a president to the people. And I thought, crikey, yeah, I was, you know, I hope he's got his family out. I know he's hanging about, but I hope he's got his family out there, you know, because obviously, for obvious reasons, you know, it's be horrible. Not, you know, be horrible for anyone to die, obviously, but they're number one. Yeah, he's number one target, isn't he? And he was saying his family's number two, so it's not great. No, well, war never is it? Hello, Chris Fisher. I hope you're well. It's the French resistance. Woohoo! Vietnam. Afghan, yeah. Well, you think of the French resistance, you know, we're talking about insurgents, aren't we? If you talk about the Marquis, the French Marquis, it's got very deep bunkers, yep. But the problem about rats, lost in France, is, you know, what happens to a rat? Or what does you put a rat in the corner, he retaliates, he fights back, 'cause he's, you know. And if he's got nothing else left, what is he going to do? My worry is that if he get, because effectively these are war crimes, aren't they? What he's doing is war crimes. No matter whatever way he tries to spin it, it's a war crime.
So, you have accepted the truth.
Oh, Brian McGuire, thank you very much. I got a super chat. Just say Brian. Or, you immigrant. Oh, you immigrant. He's no expat. No. Oh, very good. Thank you very much, buddy. Oh, Tony Eraser. Joe Mayor's replying to. It's an internal conversation. I want to say it anyway. Extremism only enforces hardline behaviour, and thinking no matter on which side, and that makes solution impossible. To find a solution impossible. It does. Because, you know, you still got the Brexiters, haven't you? They're hardline. Well, many of them. Some of them are turning to the good side. Yeah, they're so hardline in their thoughts regarding Brexit, they can't diverge into reality. They won't give up. Never surrender. Lost in France, they panic. Captain Pugwash says that we have to keep an eye on the fifth column in London. I'm not that familiar with the fifth column. Maybe you can send me... Oh, got a Russian troll alert. Oh. Where? That's our city. You're not a Russian troll. Oh, shit. I don't... Oh, wait, Arsenic is saying... Well, yeah, I'm sorry, Arsenic, but you have got a Homer Simpson with a little tiny brain avatar. That's not very inspiring. I don't think Zelensky is as innocent as it seems. His election campaign was paid for by oligarchs. If it's paid for by oligarchs, then maybe they're good ones, because obviously they'll be against Russia, as in Putin's Russia. He lied to Trump about European aid and seems to be... Really? I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that, Arsenic. You know where arsenic comes from, don't you? Or you can get arsenic. You can get arsenic from pips of cherries. But you have to put for certain protests to extract the arsenic. I suppose I really ought to get into what... I wrote all this stuff earlier. I really ought to be doing that, don't I? I suppose I do, really. I will in a second. I'm just trying to check these... Where are we? War crimes over the last 50 years never get... They don't, you're right. They don't get punished. It's been one after the other, you know. Obviously, with Russia, for instance, you got Georgia and you got Crimea as well. What the hell's going on there? And we just stood by. Considering he was sitting the US president. Yes, I do. Okay. Bonsoir, immigrants sont partout in the world. Yeah. I'd be happy living in a Russian cabin in a forest, chopping wood all day. Got to be better than freezing to death here in the UK. I think you might find it's quite cold in Russia. Yeah, certain areas aren't, are they? There's I mentioned this before on the stream before. I forgot his name again. There's a Russian guy who basically does videos from his cabin. In Russia, and I think he's a banker or something. And every so often he comes down to, and he makes a video. It does about one a month. That's all he does. But crikey, the amount of views he's had, millions of views. He basically just does stuff in the woods, and then he just obviously narrates over top of it, a bit like I do on my woodworking channel sometimes. Also says I'm a German who lived in the UK for over 10 years. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go back to Germany. Don't live there. What's what? Yeah, more and more. On German television, Art, yeah, they did a splendid 2-part documentary on the Ukraine crisis. I'm going to have to watch that because we can get that here as well. So I imagine we'll get online anyway. Stand with Ukraine, says Jamie Ashton. Hello, Jamie Ashton. Okay. I'll see a lot of your messages are coming up, are getting flagged. Farage is a 5th columnist, for sure. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Well, what about take a Rees-Mogg? He's Top Hat. Top Hat UK. It's Top Hat. I think it's Top Hat. Top something or other. I'm at the bottom half, so I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go back into my window, okay? I'm just going to take a big, deep breath. Oh, go away. Don't scare me again. You have to press the buttons twice, otherwise they play again next time you bring it up. It's rather annoying. There again, so am I. Anyway, ministers have come under sustained fire over the Tory party's Russian-linked donations with Labour, demanding that Conservatives pay it back. The 2 million, that is, to the party since, or pay back the donations of 2 million that were given to the Tory party since Boris Johnson became Prime Minister. Or maybe that money, send it to the refugees. Help them. That's what I say. Anyway, Putin has been abandoned by some of his own team as several Russian MPs withdraw their support for the Kremlin following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But Russia's propaganda has brainwashed many in Moscow. I've shown you that video already. I have. I can show it again for those who haven't been here. I suppose it's this one here.
I know for sure that we have never taken any aggressive action. Never. Russia is only defending itself.
The fault lies with Ukrainian politicians. Vladimir Putin is doing what he can to help out.
What possesses these people to believe that, though? Anyway, Mr. Lammy. Hello, Mr. Lammy. Anyway, Shadow Foreign Secretary David Lammy demanded the Conservatives return the 2 million, actually it's more than 2 million according to in Blackford. It's been given in Russian-linked donations since Mr. Johnson entered number 10, insisting that the UK's openness to kleptocratic money has weakened our country and led to questions about the Tory party. No, it hasn't, because we already knew. They're corrupt. Ian Blackford, yes, the SNP's Westminster leader, whom, he does like to call old Boris Johnson out, doesn't he? Was replying in the Commons on Wednesday. and said the Tories had raised 2.3 million from Russian oligarchs. Yes. Well, the Pandora Papers. Well, they should be looked at, shouldn't they? Yes, well, the ICIJ analysis of the secret documents identified 956 companies in offshore havens. This is in the whole papers, obviously, it's not just the UK. Offshore havens tied to 336 high-level politicians and public officials, including some country leaders, cabinet ministers, ambassadors, and others. More than 2/3 of those companies were set up in the British Virgin Islands, a jurisdiction long known as a key cog in the offshore system. Well, at least 11.3 trillion is held offshore. And according to a 2020 study by the Paris-based Organisation for Economic Cooperation and Development, because of the complexity and secrecy of the offshore system.
You have accepted the truth.
Oh, Alexei, thank you very much, buddy. What did we say? Mogg is slippery, Well, go on there, look on there, a bit more easier. Mogg is a slippery, sleek-it lang drink. Oh, what? I don't know what that is, but it sounds awful. Oh, there. So, yeah, where was I? And a Paris-based organisation for economic cooperation and development, because of the complexity and secrecy of the offshore system. You can't find where it's gone. No, it's not possible to know how much of that wealth is tied to tax evasion and other crimes, and how much of it involves funds that come from legitimate sources and have been reported to the proper authorities. Yeah, that's where I stole it from anyway. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. I'll put all the links down in the description below for this as well. I can't put all the script in because there's not enough room in the description. That doesn't let you. No, but I'll make sure I put the links in. Anyway, the Tory party has laid a red carpet branded with a sickle for the Russian donors. Every fellow Tories have criticised, even fellow Tories, have criticised. Oh, thank you very much, Arsenic. I love you. What have you said? What have you said, Arsenic? I'm not a Putin supporter, just someone who tries to see things in a slightly differentiated way. No, that's fair enough, buddy. No offence to anybody. Now I get. We're all entitled to our opinions, aren't we? After all. But I do really appreciate it. It makes all the difference. It really does. And actually, we need to be honest, we need diverse opinions. It's no good us being putting ourselves into this little box.
You have accepted the truth.
Okay, there. Okay, you can touch it. There it is. Putting ourselves in a box. All right, I'll give up. And and just listen to our own point of view all the time. I think we have to be open-minded to other people's opinions. Oh, Glasgow! I didn't realise you're here, buddy. I hope you're well. Cheers, buddy. Oh, he's got a thumbs up and a hat. Okay. And he's like a hippo. Oh dear. Anyway, where was it? Applying for citizens. Aha, there we go. Anyway, the Tory party has laid the red carpet branded with a sickle for the Russian donors, as even fellow Tories have criticised the government's failure to shut down the golden visa. A program. It's been going for about 10 odd years. I've been just handing these visas out. Give me a bit of money. It's a bit like the Lord's thing. You get only 3 million, you can be a Lord. You can for life. You how did Botham get in there? Did he hand him 3 million as well? How can Ian Botham be a flippin' Lord? He just makes wine these days, doesn't he? In California, I think it's California. Yeah, it's not in the UK anyway. So he's scarpered, and now he's a lord. So damn me. Anyway, so yes, there's the golden visa system. It's a bit like the golden showers, but it gives you
So,
citizenship.
you have accepted the
Fast track
truth.
you to citizenship, which allowed wealthy foreigners to fast track to settle in the country. Yeah, applying for citizenship, thus opening up donations from these Russians. Now, this is the thing, that's what gets me every time I hear this in Parliament. Oh, so we only accept donations from British citizens. Well, the only reason they become British citizens is so they can give you donations so they can make more money. And like I said before, they're not doing it for any other reason other than, so they can feather their own nest. Oh, Stuart Douglas, cheers, buddy. Yay! Much appreciated that it is. No, they're not. They're just doing it for their own benefit. It's just, there's no other reason to do it. If you're going to give money to a good cause, you're going to give it to a charity. You're not going to give it to the Tory party, are you? Unless you're going to get something in return. You're not going to do it, are you? You might want to play tennis. That might be what it is. We'll explain in a minute. So anyway, applying for citizenship they are. That's opening up donations from these old Russian oligarchs and what have you. Well, about 200 of these visas were handed out to Russian millionaires and billionaires over the past 7 years. 200 of them. That's a lot of donations. Well, the BP said, I mentioned it earlier actually, they're divesting 20% stake in the Russian state oil company, Rosneft. So lots of companies are pulling away from Russia. Well, I'll say Russia. I'll say Putin's Russia. Yeah, Putin's Russia. Because like I said before, it's not the Russian people on the whole. And if they've been brainwashed, so, we'll just have to, I don't know. I don't know. What do you do? If they've been brainwashed, don't know what to do. Anyway, meanwhile, the UK government won't even acknowledge the Ukrainian refugees. No. They expect them to apply as fruit pickers. Get a visa as a fruit picker. Well, not as a fruit, any kind of essential worker. Like, for instance, I don't know, maybe a butcher. Yeah. Or a tanker driver or something, even though you might not be. But you're going to have to get some kind. Well, they're suggesting fruit pickers because it depends on what your qualifications are. But obviously, with fruit pickers, soft fruits. It's just nuts, isn't it? And they've got to prove their minimum income, which they can't do now because they've all lost their jobs. Just crazy, absolutely disgraceful, horrible people they are. Yeah. And no less horrible is...
the United Kingdom does welcome refugees.
Oh, no, you don't. Well, let's tell you in a minute. We're blocking these desperate people fleeing war. Some even with the family they are. They're queuing up there. They've take their days to get to the border of Poland, and these poor people they're having to freezing flipping cold, with kids and stuff. Absolutely freezing. It's taking the days like that. It's just crazy. At least Poland is, they're pretty much opened their borders to allow them in, which is obviously they've got to be processed at the same time, so they know who's who. But there's other countries as well, like I might have it wrong. As Ireland's made an announcement as well, haven't they? Basically to accept refugees. So yeah, it's a pretty awful situation, isn't it? So anyway, oh my God, Brandon Lewis, MP for Great Yarmouth. Well, he said Russia will pay the price for its merciless aggression towards Ukraine. And they did pay. Since Brandon Lewis received $25,000 from a wealthy businessman linked to Russia. He also received $25,000 from Lubov Chukhanukhin. I don't know how to say that. No, obviously not. Happens to be a banker and the wife of Mr. Putin's former deputy finance minister, who has donated $1.7 million to the Tories. $1.7 million. including paying for some time, to spend with, to play tennis with 3 prime ministers. I can't remember how much was that. It's quite a lot of money. That's like 40 odd grand or something. That's a lot of money. Anyway, leaked files show that her husband received £6.1 million, and the money initially came from a politician facing US sanctions due to his closeness to the Kremlin. More than 1.5 million is thought to have been paid to the Tory party after the 8 million payment linked to Mr. Kirimov was made to her husband on the 29th of April 2016. Oh, just before the Brexit referendum. Not long before. So anyway, Brandon Lewis has also had his palm greased, that he has, by another 23,000 from Alexander Lukashenko, a former chief of a Russian arms company. Well, I think that I do. Oh, look at this lovely Instagram picture. I hope you can see that. Oh, there's Liz Truss. There's Theresa May. Oh, just there, behind my cross. 4 from the right is, I believe that's her. That's Lubov. Yeah. Well, this was a party held for friends of the Tories, it seems. Well, Mrs. God, I've got to say it again. How do I pronounce that? Chernukin. Well, anyway, Mrs. Chernukin. Donations to the Tories have given her access to figures at the top of the UK government. In return for, 135,000 she gave. She was invited to a ladies' night dinner at a luxury hotel with the Prime Minister, Theresa May, what have you. And Liz Truss, and, oh God, and, Ledson, Angela Ledson. Who else is there? Oh, crikey. Yeah, anyway, 135,000. She was invited to a ladies' night dinner at a luxury hotel with the Prime Minister, Theresa May's cabinet in April 2019, and the 47-year-old has twice made winning bids at an auction for, tennis matches with Boris Johnson at a cost of £45,000. So that's what you do, you see. Yeah. So instead of giving money to an actual charity, you give it to Boris Johnson, raising money probably for the Tory party. It's just laundering. It's money laundering, isn't it? It's just, yeah. Anyway, in 2014, she paid 160,000 to play tennis with the Prime Minister David Cameron, and then the London Mayor Alexander Boris the Pfeffel Johnson. So this is just a way they can legitimise Russian donations. Now, is it me, or is Alexander Boris Pfeffel Johnson's tennis racket from the 1950s or earlier? It's vintage. It's got strings in it still. Looks like he's strung up himself though. I don't know if you can see that. There's all the strings dangling out of his tennis racket. And they got Cameron. He's got a bigger tennis racket. God, the state of him doesn't even look like Boris Johnson. But it is. So Mr. Lewis said, Brandon Lewis says, on Thursday, our electoral rules as set out by the Independent Electoral Commission are clear. That's what he says. Financial contributions can only be received from permissible source determined by law. A permissible source is either an individual registered on a UK electoral register or a UK registered company, including asset holding companies. Now, if you didn't know what an asset holding company is, basically it allows you can do it as well. You can have asset holding company, anyone can. But the difference is, for foreign nationals, they don't have to pay any tax on the money taken out of it. So you're going to go buy a piece of land, for instance, they put it into their asset holding company, and let's say, for instance, they paid 50 grand for And 5 years down the line, they're going to sell it, but now it's worth 100 grand. They made 50 grand profit. They ain't got to pay tax on that profit because ring fence for for foreigners. But for you, you'll have to pay, tax on it, corporation tax, and then you'd have to pay you'd have to pay income tax on it as well, probably for yourself. So anyway, so you get taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed and taxed. Where was he? Oh, anyway, well, where was I? Anyway, permissible source, or did a company, that's on companies. Listen, that's where the old rich toffs and dirty Russian money is squirreled away. Been sucked dry, the UK's. Isn't bad enough, Brexit isn't bad enough. There's all these Tories, they're doing it all the time, they are. Anyway, Brandon Lewis claimed, I've always complied with the legal requirements and statutory reporting of received donations. All my donations are properly and transparently declared to the Electoral Commission, published by them, and comply fully with the law. But that is not the point. Just because the corrupt system says it's lawful, it doesn't really mean it's morally so. I think you're morally corrupt. That's what I think. It's no wonder why you sell Charlton's was, slow in sanctions. I don't want a sanction. You look at where's Rees-Mogg at the moment. I'd love to see his face with all these sanctions. So yes, protests are everywhere. Now, thousands of Russians are reportedly trying to get to the US to claim political asylum to avoid being forced to fight in Putin's war in the war with Ukraine. Oh, before we get into that, let's get into your chats. Oh, Spartafly's off. Where's Spartafly? Oh gosh, check out the Russian General Staff Hybrid War Doctrine by Gerasimov. They already think they are at war with us. Oh God, really? You take care, Spartafly, and stay safe yourself too. We do. I agree. We do need diverse opinions, and are more important. And tick diversity boxes, or maybe it's more important than Sue Gray. Not or the police report on the Partygate. They're doing all tick boxes, aren't they? Well, he's handed in his thingy, his report now, isn't he? His questionnaire, and now Richie Sunak's getting one as well. Or should I say Sue Snake? So, Gary Garner's stack of ribs. Woohoo! For the record, Chris Fisher, I refuse to get jabbed and would sooner fight for the Ukrainians' right to remain unjabbed than fight for a brainwashed Brit who insists unjabbed are spawns of the devil. Okay, I'm not sure about that. To be sure I understand it. Watch my body rolls. What? I have one question. Was Mama Merkel's retirement... Well, where was I? Except Chris Fisher, they are reservoir for... okay. Lee Corn's there. Hello, Lee Corn. Cash for access. It's literally what it is. And it is absolutely disgraceful, you're right, Lee. Even though it's not your name. Peter Dollar says EU countries will send fighter jets to Ukraine at Kiev's request to help it counter the Russian air and land assault. But who's got to fly them? Because they said they're not going to send people in. Because maybe they will. Don't know. The bloc's foreign... Oh, okay. So something they said is okay. EU countries will send fighter jets to Ukraine at Kiev's request to help it counter the Russian air and land assault. The bloc's foreign chief... Joseph Borrell said on Sunday. Well, it is Sunday. Blimey. Peter says we're going to provide even fighting jets. We're not talking about just ammunition. We're providing more important arms to go to war. God, he told at a press conference. I didn't see that. Blimey. Duke, if you use words like that, Duke, I can't show it, mate, because that just like on the restream, I won't let it, so I can't show it. I'm sorry. I think part of the gas in the EU Green Deal was in part to allow more time for countries to catch up with the renewables and part to reassure Putin that the money would still flow, says Esther Witt. Green gas in the EU Green... Yeah. At the end of the day, the West still needs the gas. Maybe if it comes... it's an industry as well. It's not just your heating your homes, is it? It's used in industry. Wants to be the next factor. Oh my God! Did you see it this morning? She is an automaton. She's got no facial expression. She's a really hard-looking woman. I thought Theresa May was bad enough, but again, Boris Johnson's the other way around. He's just joking. Abnormal Abner, well, Chris Fisher, I have first class honours degree and 2 grad masters in biological sciences. So, okay. I'm not. I don't really want to be getting into the vaccine, please. It's too off topic. And he hasn't. Joe Mouse. Putin is old, and he has a narcissist complex that makes him into a dangerous sociopath. He will only answer to a strong bloc that might endanger his internal power. Well, I think he's made a massive mistake. I know others have said it as well, but I happen to agree. I think he's made a massive mistake, and what's going to end up happening is, I think in time, he's going to get pushed out. The people around him, he's because with these sanctions in time, that. The people of Russia, sadly, they're going to suffer. The economy is a lot of them struggle enough as it is. Does anyone have family or friends in Russia? No, I don't. No. Not sure about the fighter jets actually operating in Ukraine airspace, but the Netherlands is supplying a load of Stinger missiles. Crikey. Jets are okay, but do they have the pilots trained on the actual planes? Yeah, abnormal, so I said a minute ago. If they're just supplying the jets, you can't be supplying the jets without a trained pilot, can you? They're not Tiger Moths. Well, they're trying to block the technology to Russia now as well, because what gets me is the way we trade. I mean, if sharing technology so they can use it against you doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's borrow that tennis racket from Jacob Rees-Mogg. Yeah, I think you're right, Jackie. Oh, cheers, number 3. What is Putin's long-term plan, if any? I think he's got himself cornered. I think his long-term plan is just his legacy. Yeah, his legacy would have been relatively positive for making Russia strong again, as far as he was concerned. But now he's making Russia weak again, and also the people are going to be, they're going to be anti-Putin. They're going to be blaming somebody. Maybe they'll just blame the West. So I blame, obviously, they're currently, a lot of them, if you look at the polls in Russia, most of them, about 60 or 70% blame, 60% or 70? I think 60%, no, 70% blamed the US, about 12-15% blamed Ukraine, and then the rest was like, Putin. Philip Shaw says, I hope you're right, Marcus, but a lot of bad stuff is going to happen first. I know. And the sad thing is people get caught in the crossfire, don't they? Just ordinary, people just want to get by. Just want to feed their family. Just want to feel safe, you know? And they're getting separated. The families are getting separated at the moment. It's so sad, you know? A family is a unit, you know? If the dad's still around. That and the kids, and the men are being stopped at the border. Sorry, they're not allowed in, and they're having to go back to fight. And it's one guy one report I was reading. A father took his child to the border, and he wasn't allowed over, but he's got his child, so they took the child. He had to organise somebody who's already gone over into Poland to. Which I think was a sister, to collect his child. Can you imagine how heart-wrenching that must be? You know, I've got 6 kids. Silence. And, the idea is just, it's just like a friend I mentioned earlier, who his daughter passed away the other day, yesterday. Only 21, I can't believe that. It's just whew. Well, obviously you can believe it because it's happened, but it's just... I can't imagine what's going through his mind at the moment. Or the whole family, you know. You take care, Gary Gardner. And stack your ribs. Rosa Stone and Intolerant Left. I think I've heard of her before, actually, but I'll check her out. I'll write that down. I don't know much. I'll tell you one a good channel to follow. He doesn't do a huge amount of videos, but it's called Adam something, and I think there's actually somebody on here told me about it. And I have to admit, it's really good descriptive information. So, sorry, I was just writing Adam something. That's not what I want to write. Rosa Stone. Rosa Stone. Tolerant Left. Bear with me, I'll be there in a second. Yeah, how can people blame... I know, that's the thing, isn't it? It's propaganda. It's probably in Russia, it's propaganda driven, isn't it? It's just madness. So Ukraine isn't without a means to fight in air. No, they've got 60 planes. 60 or 70 planes is all they got. So, no, they don't stand a chance. Lots of France says... No, sure, that's fine. Putin controls all Russian media, and they have been slowly brainwashing the public for more than 10 years. Yep. I believe we're saying the same thing. Yeah, it's just it's quite sad actually, because I kind of put myself it's not all obviously all the Russians, because a lot of them are protesting against the war. Like I say, especially a lot of the young. Oh gosh, says Cypher pilots. Pilots are all stupid. They'd never. I don't understand the point. Okay. I'm glad Joe Marios's mind has thanked you. Has thanked him. Well, dear. Sparkflight. Paul Murray, we can supply manpad to them, effective for manpad. Oh, drones eventually, but that's all. Yeah, the Russians have been blowing a lot of drones out of the sky as well, haven't they? Russian-built jet with metric instruments. What? Good luck if you used a Russian-built jet with metric instruments and have to use the knots and feet in something Western built. Especially the altitude. No, I've been there. Oh, damn, too late. That's what you end up doing this, wouldn't you? Alright, my mind is on fire, says Duke Vengeance. Okay. Stands facts. Lee says Sky News is reporting a massive 5-kilometre convoy of Russian military vehicles heading, crikey, towards Kiev. They're going to blow that bridge, aren't they? They're going to have to. If they come up from the east side of Kiev, they're going to have to blow that bridge. Right. So, okay, that's not great news, is it? 5-kilometre convoy. Abnormal Am says, brainwashing by the media. That couldn't happen here. Brexit. Oh dear. Hello, who's Zebediah Thomas? I hope you're well, buddy. And thanks for commenting on the old videos and that. It's much appreciated. Hi all. Sorry I'm late. Was doing things, he was doing things. Oh, right, okay. Do tell. Oh. Yeah, it is. Guerrilla war is the only way. The insurgents is going to be the only way now, I think. And so it's they're going to dig in. They already have started digging in, so yeah, it's going to be rather scary. But we're not just talking about men, women. People have never held a gun before, you know. It's just have to be a quick learner. Hello, Londoner, or the Londoner, and Donk Zik. Histoire de Eltano, I recommend. Yo, abroad. Heavy losses in the special operations brigades. Oh, you talk about the Russian special operatives who tried to infiltrate Kiev. Starlink is a satellite system. Yes, that's SpaceX, isn't it? Well, the Russian satellite system is GLONASS, isn't it? So, Russian losses so far in the 3 days and ordered 20% of the whole Afghanistan war. Crikey. That's the other thing is, how are the people, you know, these soldiers, they've all got families. You know. How are they going to feel about it? Make a martyr of them. Doing this, oh no, did you see that? Did anyone see it? P. Dallas mentioned about they're all doing these Molotov cocktails for a while. Yeah, they have. And put all polystyrene, they're grating the polystyrene, put into the bottles and that for these Molotov cocktails with, well, whatever fuel source they're going to put in them. Explosives. You know, like petrol. Yeah, so can you imagine it? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Joe Merrill said an hour ago in the news I saw a video. Yeah, I saw that this morning. Carol, we couldn't believe it. We saw that. I think it was on. Might have been Sky actually this morning. Anyway, they were there. Loads of polystyrene packing and stuff like that, and they're grating it with cheese graters. Create all the the little beads, and then put them in glass bottles. That is, yeah. What can you say? Oh, we don't. Oh, down we come. Lost in France. So, if the 5-kilometre convoy reaches Kiev because the latest Chechen convoy was reduced to rubble. My pipe doddle. What? My pipe doddle just fell out. Burnt my wrist. I'm sorry to hear that, Brian. You immigrant? But do you smoke a pipe, do you? My grandfather used to smoke a pipe. Pipe dawdle. What is a pipe dawdle anyway? Obviously, it's something to do with smoking because it burnt your wrist. So yeah. All the Russian shops were shut and boarded up. Yeah, they would. Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, you talk about Russian. Whereabouts, mate? Are you talking about Russian shops in the UK or Russian shops in Ukraine? Oh, it's just jumping up again. Pity the Russians haven't. Oh dear. Someone's gone a bit dark here. It's a bit dark. Mike McGurk, he's got a bit dark. I'm going to show it though. Pity the Russians haven't invaded the UK. We would stop that convoy at Dover. They wouldn't get past the lorry coups. He does say it's a bit of black humour. Dear. Yeah, I don't know what's polystyrene about, but that's what they're doing, Lee. They were the Great North Polystyrene. Is it a way to I don't know. It's definitely polystyrene, though. I wouldn't plastic explosives. Look like packing crate. Yeah. Polystyrene. It seems that Russian soldiers were not willing to shoot Ukrainian civilians. Yeah. But they're not all that great, are they? Because there has been civilians that have been shot. The troops Putin's sending are youngsters, not experienced troops. Cannon fodder is what they are. Making it like a knee part. Oh, crikey, that'd burn like hell, wouldn't it? I get it now. Just being video says they're putting the polystyrene into the bottles and make it like napalm. Because polystyrene would just melt, wouldn't it? Just go like that, and it's very inflammable, so it'll stick to you. So whereas petrol burns off, the polystyrene will stick to you and carry on burning. A bit like when you use the blowtorch to take the paint off your door, and you're stripping your door with your blowtorch, yeah? And a bit of paint catches a light if you're using a blowtorch, and it lands on you and it burns you. It'll be the same sort of thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes it sticky. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it makes it sticky. I get that now. It makes sense. Oh, it melts in the petrol. Of course it would, wouldn't it? Oh my giddy aunt. Makes it like napalm. Crikey. Paul Murray says, I think there's dissent in the Russian ranks. Either that or their overwhelming advantage isn't as advertised. That some of the Russians are actually surrendering, apparently. Caroline brought me that thing through earlier, and several have been, just throwing their guns into the road and surrendering. It causes the fuel to stick so it burns longer. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Oh, God, it's horrible, isn't it? War is just horrible, isn't it? It's just, obviously. I've heard that the polystyrene helps the burning petrol to stick. Awful. Oh, God, it is awful. You're not wrong, Londoner. Sparkfly. Hello, Sparkfly, you're back. Anyway, now we know why Trump was so anti-NATO and Farage was so anti-EU. Yep. It's also drips into the engines. Oh, I see. Better. In the back of the tanks. It's highly toxic for the environment. I know that's the thing I was saying earlier. It's just war is a worse thing for the environment, isn't it? There's no practical gain from it. You're not making anything. You're destroying stuff. So it isn't just it's all the smoke, all the fumes, and all the carbon fuels that have been burnt. Isn't the fact they're destroying habitats? All these buildings are going to need rebuilding. So it's all got to be all done again. And when you consider it's like a ton of CO2 for every ton of concrete, it's not exactly very great, is it? You saw that as well, did you, Mike McGurk? The whole thing will strengthen the EU, especially it already has. It's bringing the EU together. it's bringing the United Nations together as well. And Germany is just he announced earlier, didn't he, that they're going to be they're going to start investing in their military, because they kind of stepped away from that, haven't they? Their military is relatively, small. Their contribution as well is quite right. A contribution, that's 2%, and it's supposed to do 2% for NATO. You're supposed to invest 2% of your GDP in your armed forces to qualify, and it's Trump managed to up it a bit, didn't he? Because
Like you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
obviously he's a very bright man. Oh dear. See, it's a homemade napalm. God, could you imagine that though? That stuff dripping on you. Smartfly says that's a good one. Can we do some sort of sanction on him? So can we end the war by threatening Putin to pay CO2 tax, carbon tax? Well, it's like the UK. They lost the carbon tax benefit, now a carbon allowance thing, haven't they? So but all the UK is now doing is offsetting their own carbon emissions by exporting carbon emissions. So they're gonna. It looks like I did a video earlier about it, and it looks like they're going to get rid of farming, just import all your food, because then those carbon emissions and what have you, all the farmlands will be green and lush, ideal for the fox hunting, and then we can import all the food. And it'll be their problem then. You see, it'll be their carbon emissions that makes us look good, because our carbon emissions will go down, and you might, get more of a chance to get your carbon neutral by 2050. So my conspiracy theory there, isn't it? I suppose. Mellow. Putin is a coward who tells lies to make a war. Yes. I don't know if he's a coward though. I don't know if he's a coward. He's a horrible individual. He's got a pretty shady background, doesn't he? But I suppose now he doesn't actually have to, he doesn't have to put himself in any danger, does he really? Although, I could see somebody taking him out one day. Thumbnail, Tory corruption live, yes, as it is happening. That is. Anyway, I'll get back into what I was supposed to be doing. I'll go back to my hole. I'll first have a little sip of coffee. So, anyway, water is sweet to those who have never tasted it. Yeah. It's like the good old days, isn't it? It's like Brexit again. It's the good old days. We'll go back to the good old days when everything was great and we couldn't feed ourselves. Or had rickets. Ryan Maguire, panic over. Now lighting a new pipe. I hope you didn't get too burnt. My family says, other than not having long grey hair, I'm a Gandalf. Thou shall not pass. I need that as a soundbite, don't I? That'd be quite a good soundbite. Oh dear. I'll write that down. Anyone got any ideas for soundbites for my soundboard? That'd be much appreciated. So Gandalf, that's a good one. I'm gonna delve back into my hole in a minute. Back into that little window in there in a minute. Gandalf. Thou shall not pass. Okay, get done for copyright again. Right. Right. Anyway, I digress. So let's before I do that. Leslie Ann says, Leslie Ann McCallan, in order to pee off the Tories, buy a Ukrainian flag and fly it from a flagpole or hang it from a window. Symbols. If Putin didn't want NATO on his doorstep, I think he's failed. Well, all he's done is he's just brought them together. It's even more likely they're going to join NATO now. Oh, this is the way. Okay, that's what this is the way. Mandalorian. This is the way. Do you know, I haven't signed up for that yet. I need to do that. I need to start watching that. The new series of Mandalorian. And Baby Yoda. Putin sent his best to marry Trump. Ooh. Oh, yes, he did. Putin's a lying. Putin declared... Yeah, well, Putin, yeah, he's lying. He's kind of declared nuclear war, but also... He said, no, we're not going to invade Ukraine. No, not going to do it. No. And Sergei Lavrov said, no, we're not going to invade Ukraine to, little old Liz trustless Truss. And then 2 weeks later, they invade Ukraine. So you can't believe anything they say. So negotiations is like Zelensky's going... Well, they did try... Putin wanted Zelensky to meet up at, is it Minsk in Belarus? To some kind of negotiation or something, or some discussion, and needless to say, it wasn't a good idea. So Zelensky said no, and now they're going to be holding on the border between Belarus and Ukraine. Nothing to come of it. All to do is just stoke the fire even further, because Zelensky said no. You just need to go. Take your little Russian pawns and your broken tanks. We don't want you here. Putin get married. Yeah, he ended up in The Hague. Bravo to the EU for altering its long-held position on not exporting lethal weapons. A bit late for this fiasco, but yeah. Well, you can see their point though. Originally, can't you? We were supposed to be at peace, weren't we? Need to get people to be a NATO member is what we need to do. I know that NATO expansionism and how bad is that, but Putin needs weakening. And we've allowed Russia to build up such a strong enough economy to allow him to filter off, to extract money to build his mansions, like Navalny told, but Navalny told us. And so the people will go without, and he gets to build his mansions. And he's thought to be the richest man in the world, isn't he? We don't know for sure, obviously, but he's thought to be. And there's trouble in Moscow. People are amassing in large numbers, protesting again. In Moscow, are they as well? I know they were doing a little bit in Moscow, but I know they were in Petersburg. They've been protesting in Petersburg. Is it mainly the youngsters? When I say youngsters, people younger than me. I'm not that old. I'm 51. 52 this year. Oh my God. I'm ancient. I love my cup. It's still hot. Lee Corn says, do you reckon we can crowdfund a top-notch hitman to take Putin out? Well, like the guy with the funny cross on the back of the head. Oh, what's the other one? From Daredevil with Bullseye. That's it. We need Bullseye. He was a good shot. It's gone. Well, that's quite interesting to say that. It's just maybe we might demand that 1940 Treaty of Moscow, after they fought the Soviets to a standstill. Factoid. Country with the highest gun ownership is Finland, and they all seem to be marksmen. Yeah, that's like that. It's like Switzerland as well, isn't it? But they have a much lower death rate than the US. Paul Murray, thank you very much, most kind. Got to run out again, but I enjoyed the few minutes we spent. I hope democratic Ukraine somehow survives Putin's mad adventure. You and me both, mate. You and me both. It's very, very worrying. We can joke now, laugh, and try and make light of this stuff. Otherwise you just cry, wouldn't you? But it's just it's frightening. It is frightening. Yeah. I worry for my children. I've got kids here, what have you. Well, not sending them to Ukraine, but it doesn't. I don't trust Putin. I think he's got bigger desires, bigger plans than just Ukraine. But then again, he might be dead, so he's 70 years old, isn't he? He might peg it. London Marks has Richie Sunak. Marcus has a. Oh no, you're not saying that, are you? Please don't say that. London says Marcus has a Richie Sunak coffee heater. No, it's not a coffee heater. It's a flask. Do you know what? That's a really good idea. I could get one of the little jacket things, put it in. I need one for my glue pot, actually. Right, for the woodwork. Yeah. This is Mellow. You're right. It's nuclear will kill loads of people. I gave up science for that reason. You gave up science? You're a scientist. But yeah, it's the end game, isn't it? There's no good going to come of it. I don't necessarily believe you should retaliate. That's just the end of the planet, isn't it? Well. Oh dear. The outfall from that would be horrendous. Chernobyl was bad enough. Yeah. Power station, that thing's yeah, because they've got that now. That's got like a cap, isn't it? It's been capped. Because the actual Chernobyl hasn't stopped, is it? It's still in I'll say fusion, no, it's not fusion, in fission. It's still in fission, so they've kind of like got this cap supposed to last so many years over the top of the power station. So it's yeah, a bit concerning. U in Hamburg says, as a reply to Esther Witt, ruled by Moscow or Brussels. Quite frankly, Brussels. I'm sorry. Every time. And I don't feel I'm ruled by Brussels at all. Because it's a democracy. No matter what anyone says. People have voted. Because you're not going to try and tell me that that Putin got in last time via democracy. No. No. Oh dear. Putin wants to reinstate the Soviet Union. You're correct. Hey, what's going to go back in my hole? I need to go back in my hole. So let's go back in my hole. In my little goldfish bowl.
The United Kingdom does.
Go away. No, it doesn't. Just meant to say the United Kingdom does welcome refugees. So anyway, Jacob Rees-Mogg. Mogg. That's it, Mogg. Well. I did this actually as a video as well. A British MP, Jacob Rees-Mogg, known for his buttoned-up, double-breasted suits that need a pair of chicken fillets to fill them out. Yes, he's a rather, wheeling pencil. He's a skinny little fella, isn't he? He's horrible little man. There's no good in the Mogg, there isn't. Anyway, apparently he's got a cut glass accent and champagne props such as his nanny. Yeah. Oh, you know what I need? I need a video clip of Little Britain when the daughter brings home. I'll get the parents to meet the parents, and he's still been breastfed. Yeah, he's about 50 odd or 45 or whatever, and he's still being breastfed. Bit like Jacob Rees-Mogg. Do you reckon he's been wet nursed? I think he probably is. Anyway, after that. So yeah, he's quite frankly, he's a bit of a unlikely character, isn't he, to reinvent himself personally as a personality, let alone being co-opted by the Kremlin disinformation machine. But that is exactly what some British political analysts say is happening as they watch Jacob Rees-Mogg's influence rising at a time when, this is from last year actually, and also during the time of the referendum, his influence rising at a time when some of his political policies and financial positions have aligned with some of the Kremlin's own. The latest example occurred when Rees-Mogg took a public stance supporting, it wasn't Top Hat, Turning Point. Turning Point UK. It's a non-profit political group. Now, Turning Point's US arm has been linked to St. Petersburg, most notorious troll farm. There's a little protest there at the moment in St. Petersburg, in Russia. Pushing out misinformation and influencing the weak of mind, obviously Brexiters. So they, put that cross in the wrong box that they did. And destroying the country's economy. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Lovely man. Anyway, in the UK, Rees-Mogg's rising appeal has provided an opportunity for the Kremlin to amplify the social tensions that have erupted over Brexit. He's a useful tool. That's what he is. Anyway, Jacob Rees-Mogg is someone who has a public persona that is different to traditional technocratic politicians. Now, Russia has an interest in disturbing the political landscape in the context of Brexit. And now Ukraine. And amplifying voices that seek to challenge the political mainstream. Now, the primary motivation is stirring that pot that it is. Rocking the boat, you could say, and people fall off. Now, Rees-Mogg participated in the launch of Turning Point UK. Now, the British branch of the US far-right youth pressure group with ties to Russia. That's your Mogg. He's a Tory extremist, is Jacob Rees-Mogg. And he has millions in dodgy Russian investments that he does. While Turning Point is known for its anti-Islam rhetoric and is accused of boosting its numbers with racists.
Coming over here, taking our jobs and our women.
Yeah. According to a December 2018 report commissioned by the US Senate, Turning Point US's social media activity was regularly co-opted and reposted by the Internet Research Agency, the IRA. Not that one, no. Otherwise known as the Mueller-indicted troll farm in St. Petersburg. Now, Mogg, alongside several other Tory MPs, posted a Turning Point UK launch video that was condemned, that condemned the left. They want to silence your voice. Yeah, apparently that's what the left want to do. I don't want to silence anyone's voice. They can speak whatever they like. But their time is up, he says. The video says, to a pounding beat, people of all ages make up their own minds. The left have no monopoly on the young. Now, Rees-Mogg tweeted it. Yeah, linking to the video that he did. But since then, that tweet has been deleted because there was a bit of uproar. Oh. But there again, I managed to get it. Anyway, people of all ages make their own minds. The left have no monopoly on the young. Yeah. So there is Jacob Rees-Mogg tweeting far-right propaganda. Lovely man, isn't he? Anyway, Boggs' influence, Jacob Rees-Mogg's influence has grown. So have revelations of other relationships between Jacob Rees-Mogg and entities with strong Russian connections. He likes golden showers. Oh. This has got to be my substitute golden shower. It has to be a brown shower because I haven't got a golden shower. Besides, how would I do a golden shower? As a sound clip? I don't think that's possible, is it? Anyway. This isn't the first time Rees-Mogg's online presence has aligned with that of Russian bots. No. The three hashtags, Mogmentum, Ready for Mogg, Mogg 4PM, first gained traction during the 2017 UK general election in the wake of the Brexit referendum. Now, meme pages sprang up on social media that it did, celebrating Rees-Mogg's caustic wit and unflinching hard Brexit stance, for which we're going to have to wait.
The overwhelming opportunity for Brexit is over the next 50 years.
That's a long, long while, isn't it? Wait. Anyway, so yes, Mogg announced the birth of his sixth child via Instagram. The internet went wild in part because of a politician named his son Sixtus, which is Latin word for six. I think in the East, somebody told me actually it's quite a common name. Maybe someone can confirm that for Eastern Europe. But still, he's not, is he? He's apparently British. Well, unless he is a Russian troll. He might be a Russian troll even. He might be. Oh, look. There apparently. Oh dear. Horrid people. Anyway, meet the living, walking meme, conservative British politics. Then the bots came out in force. The hashtags were, well, picked up by Kremlin-linked social media accounts, and Russian bots began amplifying Rees-Mogg's influence. A clear pattern of bot usage by Mogmentum. A network of accounts pushing Kremlin propaganda from George Soros memes to fake news around EU immigration. Surprise, surprise. Now, Rees-Mogg is now firmly embedded as a popular figure for Russia to champion. A tool that he is. So, yeah, they're up and up and up. Yeah, his followers on Twitter. Now, throughout 2018, Rees-Mogg's Twitter influence more than doubled, jumping from just under 100,000 followers to his current 233,000 followers. God, they must be desperate. As Theresa May negotiated her Brexit deal in Brussels. Now, Rees-Mogg and the European research group, the ERG, the Spartans.
Kipper.
Oh, well, I think they're actually, yeah.
And tremendously wet.
Yeah, that as well, I think. Where was it? Oh, there. And, yeah, a small faction of the conservative Brexiteers became a powerful force in fighting for a hard Brexit. Now, it was the ERG that then spearheaded a vote of no confidence in Theresa May. Oh, in December 2018, and she delayed the vote on her controversial Brexit deal. Oh. Well. Oh, I'd better just check these. Oh, I'll tell you before I continue. I'm gonna dive back straight. Yeah, and check the chat because I've got lots of flagged up messages here. What's going on? Oh, lots of them. Right, there we go. Brian the immigrant. I was at sea when it went off in the 80s, running between Klaipeda and Sweden, and were quarantined and had to wash the ship down before being alongside. Quarantined for what? Oh. I looked at the Netflix documentary Winter on Fire about Ukraine's fight for democracy. They are amazing people. It just shows at the moment. Max. Yeah. That's from Mac, by the way. I looked at the Netflix documentary Winter on Fire about Ukraine's fight for democracy, and they were amazing people. The Tory party will go bust. You know, how can they accept money from the Russians now? Really? It's totally unethical, isn't it? You know, but they will. They're capable of taking it. The KGB is like the KKK, according to Mellow Mellow. He's using cap locks again. Oh no. Anyway, Londoner says you might have a real valid point here. The Russians met Truss and thought, yeah, we can do this. They're idiots. That's what they thought. Oh gosh, Brian Maguire must be where. There was an increase after Chernobyl, but not that huge in the UK. Yeah, you're talking about nuclear fallout. Not fallout, you know. Radiation. That's it, radioactive particles and stuff. Is Glastonbury happening this year? What they'll do is they'll make sure whatever vote that we have to vote on, it's going to be when Glastonbury's on. So all the young are all like, you know, at Glastonbury to reduce the vote. That's what they did with Brexit. The greatest time I was there helping the Queens of the Stone Age with their kit and accommodation. They wanted to look before that day, and Josh and Dave stood. Oh, okay. Anyway, I've got some down here that were flagged up. I get that one. Mike McGurk said, "Goldie show, you pervert, Marcus." So, no, that was you know, The conspiracy theory, wasn't it, between Donald Trump and Putin? They reckon that Putin's got videos of Donald Trump doing their golden showers. Oh. Nothing wrong with a bit of water sports or waterboarding. No. Oh, dun 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 dun. Right up there. Sparkfly says, I checked the handbook. The SS-20 will yield 150 kilotons and would have a fireball of around 250 metres. That is very scary, Sparkfly. Was it you, Sparkfly, when you were talking about power stations and fission and fusion and stuff like that the other week, when I talked about it in the video? That was quite cool. That only happens. Leslie Ann McLennan says, Music 123, or as a response to Music 123, that will only happen when they sanction all Russian oligarchs and freeze all their assets, which we know the Tories will never do because they desperately need Russian rubles. Yes, they do. And also, they're delaying and delaying and delaying. And what's just happened? These delays? Well, if they've been Russian... This is, I think this was Germany, actually. One of the oligarchs, big old, floating gym palaces has left for Russia. That would have got seized. But not now. So yeah, give them time, get all their money out and get some of their assets out while they can. Oh, Nick Horn says there's a scene in American Pie 3, I think, where Stifler gets an inadvertent golden shower. I can taste the bubbles. Yeah, I remember that. That's good. Oh, dear. Jacob Rees-Mogg. That's how we should say it, isn't it? Jacob Rees-Mogg. Looks like an 80s love song turning point. Yeah, it does turn out. Oh, dear me. They're a foul bunch, though, I tell you. The US one. I don't know much about the UK one. I don't know if it's taken off or not. Maybe somebody knows. What's that? Okay. Joey Merrill says, I would take all these extremists from X Matters to anti-wokes, drop them in the island pumped with steroids and meth, and let them all do themselves in. Yeah, maybe. I don't. It's just more we're desperate now, aren't we, for proportional representation? It's getting that way now. Well, it's been like that for a long time, but we are desperate for it. We all should have a say, even thinking Farage. We all have to have a say, but obviously, it won't make people follow them, so you won't have much of a say. But you just, that's democracy. That's real democracy. If everybody gets a say, we need proportional representation. Not what we've got now. It's ludicrous. I saw my. Your ferret cut. Oh, and the A's near the S. Yeah, your first car. You saw your first car today with a UK sticker on the back. Really? Come back up here. Sparkfly says, I was reply to Abner. Abner reminds me of MASH. Oh, crikey, yeah. That was quite sad when they stopped broadcasting, they cancelled it. Suicide is painless. I wonder what MASH would be like now if it was still going. I wonder. It'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? They'll all be in in containers, somewhere on playing with their drones. Yeah, that'd be a bit boring. Spartafly, a freewheel car. What the old Robin Reliant? Jake was not quite a Putin King Edward. No. Oh dear. The Spartans. Are you gay enough? Tell me, boy. Are you gay enough? A little voice in the background. They weren't all gay. Oh. And they all shut up. Oh dear. Lee Corn says, my car's got the oval UK sticker needed for trips to France, but no way I'm having one of the flag shag and number plates. No, oh god, they're awful, aren't they? At least a sticker, you can peel it off when you park up somewhere so you don't get keyed. The number plate's a bit harder, isn't it? John Mariol says, I hate, let's show that, Mogg's Latin Nunciation. It sounds like like a peasant from the 6th Centurious trying to initiate. I can't even say it now. Oh my god. You're using words in my vocabulary. My vocabulary is really small. I'm only a woodworker, you know. Carpets. Okay, let's go back in. Oh, back in. Oh my god! Oh, that's not something I wanted to see. No. So, let's carry on. Anyway, in the wake of Sergei Skripal poisonings in March 2018, Rees-Mogg's investment firm, Sunset Capital Management, SCM, it had holdings in Russian companies sanctioned by both the United States and the European Union, just not the UK. Oh, I wonder why. Dear me. Anyway, are you joining the dots? I hope so. Now, while Rees-Mogg doesn't manage the investments themselves, he remains a co-founder and partner in SCM. According to the SCM's portfolio published by Maitland Group in September 2018, the company's investments in the EU and US sanctions, SIBA Bank, Russia's largest bank, were worth 42.6 million. Positions in Yandex, the Russian search engine, known for passing confidential data to the FSB, was worth 12.3 million, and Mail.ru, the social media giant and parent of VK, the Russian version of Facebook, and they are worth 7.1 million. I hope you are joining the dots, but this is just corruption all over, isn't it? Anyway, so are you enlightened? Well, I think it's just a puppet Putin. Maybe, but we'll see. So I just I got to the end of that anyway, Putin. But there's so much of it. I've got a load more to do as well, but they've been ridiculously long. At the moment, I was over 2,000 words. We're at 2 hours in. Yeah, 2 hours, 2 minutes. So it's going to have a look at your chat. Galactic Britain. Barfly, Brian Maguire. GB is reserved for spacecraft. Galactic Britain. Well, Russia's having problems with that now as well, don't they? Because it's called now. What's the Russian space program with their rockets? Because the EU, with their GPS system, they've been using their rockets, haven't they? Russian rockets. Oh, I don't know what they're going to do now. They're going to use SpaceX or something instead. But why would you give a gendarme a reason to pull you over? You either got really nice gendarmes, because, you know, they are out there, or you get some that, you know, their job's worth, so they just want to pull you up on everything. And my car's still right-hand drive, you know, because I had it a long while and I can't afford to replace it. So it is still my old car. I don't go anywhere there, to be honest. This trust thought that the Odessa file was a movie when it landed on the desk, not the Ukraine. See, I know she got a bit mixed up as well, didn't she, regarding the seas? Yeah. Oh, Sergei Lavrov. God, didn't he take the piss out of her? Good night, number 3. You take care, buddy. Hope you have a good week. I hope. I'm in the UK next week. I haven't been for 5 years. But it's changed. Everyone that turned into unicorns, I reckon. So yeah, on next Friday. So I'll be there Friday night. Flying with the luxury Ryanair. Okay, it's only about an hour's flight, so it's not hour and a half, whereas it's not long. I knew the stickers were available, but I hadn't seen any. But is that a EU requirement? Would they still accept the GB sticker in the EU? Has it got to be the UK one? Because that was a UK thing, wasn't it? To try and show, the union, solidarity. Oh no, we'll make, put a sticker on the back of your car. That's to be UK now, United Kingdom, or disunited Kingdom, as it seems. Oh dear. So Lee Corn says that there were lots of these number plates with the Union Jacks on flag shaker plates. And still a lot of people with EU GB plates. You're not going to change your plates, are you? That's stupid. There's a claim that Putin didn't help. No. There's a claim that Putin did help the Brexit. He did. I talked about this before. Wiley from Cambridge Analytica. He's one of the whistleblowers from Cambridge Analytica. And when he was being interviewed, he made a statement that they only needed 270 Facebook accounts to be able to reach all the Facebook accounts in the United States. That's all they needed for the whole population in the United States, the whole population of Facebook users in the United States. So that's nuts. It just shows how dangerous this stuff is. And then you got the likes of Google and what have you, and they're doing facial recognition technology. That's not, I don't think it's in full play yet, but that's what they're planning on. That's what they're working on, and it's scarily good. It can even work out your bone structure from your face. It's nuts. Cover the cameras up. Cover all the cameras up. That's what this new camera I got here. I hope it's working okay for you, because it's my new face cam. It's a really good thing. I think it looks a lot better than everything. Because the other one is this one over here. Ooh, I'm in the wrong thing. I'm going to have to go into that one. so that one's just the old Logitech camera. And then we go back to that one.
So, you have accepted the truth.
Oh, thanks a lot. Oh, bloody Rufus. Thank you very much, buddy. If you left me a message, there's a reference. Oh, cheers for that. That's really cool. Yeah, so we've got this new camera on here, but you have a flipping lens cap. It's a stupid idea. It's probably one of the best webcams you can get. And it was on special offer, so I was really pleased. But the thing is, it comes with a lens cap. That's all very well, but every time you touch the camera, you're at risk of repositioning it. So let's say if I wanted to, like, say for instance, doing a Zoom chat or something like that, and I want to go and have a pee. I'm going to have to disable the camera. I suppose I could disable it like that. But, if you haven't got that facility to do that, and also you haven't got that physical thing, every time I put that on, I move the camera. It's not very good. Whereas this camera, that one, has a little flappy thing, which is a lot easier to block the view. So yeah, it's just a bit nuts. So Spotify is abnormal. Every death aside, being in the fireball would be pretty. Yeah, God, yeah. Best to survive and do it yourself fast and painless. Oh my God, that's dark. Lovely Spotify. I don't plan to do that. I'm building a bunker. That's what I'm doing. Lee Court says, I have black tape over my camera on my work laptop. It's good enough for Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, etc. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. I've got to do it to this camera on here. I've got another one there, which I don't use. You never know. That might be, some backdoor virus getting there, activating your webcam and scanning your face. Find out what your bone structure is. Maybe they make clones of you. Oh, 3D print you or something. That'd be scary. Anyway. Hello, David Gerardo. Hope you're well, buddy. Hi, everybody. And David Gerardo says, Putin has drawn up a list to kill He hasn't, has he? I didn't know that. I suppose I should have done, really. David Durago said Putin has drawn up a list to kill gays and ethnic minorities. Yeah, and he's a dictator. That he is. Oh, crikey. Thomas Fred's horrible but also a brilliant film. What film's that? The French minister. Mad Monk 33. I hope your brother's well. French Foreign Ministry says all French nationals should leave Russia immediately amid on. This is to me, this is nuts. They should have said this ages ago. Everyone, a lot of other countries, can still see you with the flap down. Look, it's got the other cameras, 2 cameras. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Leslie Ann McMillan, the time is well past for the UN, for the United Nations, to get its house in order, yes, and remove the veto from USA, Russia, China, France and UK countries should be able to agree and disagree with emotion. Yeah. Yeah, the vetoing is ridiculous. Sort on TV. What film are we talking about? What film? David Durago, you mentioned that as soon as you put that word in there, dictator, I just thought of that film with Cohen Baron. Yeah, Borat. As a dictator, you got to make it. I want it pointy. So it's missile. It's got to be pointier. Obviously, no. And they didn't. They all ended up in the United States as refugees. Filmed in Sheffield on. Oh, I see. So amazing, still especially. Council bunker scenes. I ain't seen it. Most webcams come with little flappy things, don't they? I have a black tape camera on my work. Oh, let's see already. Mellow reckons that the KKK, if it wasn't stopped, the KKK would take the world. They are still trying. I don't know if they take the world, but yeah, they are still trying. You know, probably in different guises as well with Trump. David Ryder says Putin is crazy. No, you say he's crazy. I don't think he is.
Like you'll go person.
No, he can't be, can he?
Man, camera.
He passed
TV.
the ultimate test, and he got extra points. Do you remember? Has anyone seen Peter Watkins' film The Bomb? No, I haven't. I'm gonna write that down. Peter Watkins. The film. The Bomb. What's it about? Lee Korn says, years and years predicted Russia invading Ukraine, and one of the main characters is a gay Ukrainian refugee who ends up being deported back to Ukraine but has to escape as the Russians were after him. Gold. It's like Zelensky, isn't it? You know, the president of Ukraine. When he's a comedian actor playing the part of becoming a president, and then he becomes president. It's nuts. Who is over the chat tonight? Kevin. He. Will the UK also ban Russian planes from its airspace like the EU did? Well, there's a flot. Is it Aeroflot? What it's called? EU banned that, didn't they? But look, Putin needs to go for a nice long nap, a dirt nap. Yeah. Fred's was drama on TV. Oh. God. I don't watch a lot of TV, I'll be absolutely honest. I just watch news all the while now. I used to watch lots of films, but just news. It goes with the territory when you're doing these videos. You're always looking for the latest ridiculous stuff. I don't know if you realise, I'm slowing down on my videos at the moment, because I got to, because YouTube is playing silly buggers. And, well, they're playing silly, but what it is that I think that YouTube, the algorithm is being either biased towards the news channels, and there isn't much room there for the likes of me. And also it's affecting Maximilian Robespierre and also Phil Morehouse's channel, have all been affected. The views have got plummeted. But then you look at Sky TV, even ITV and all that, and theirs have gone up like that. There's gone, well, obviously the servers can only cope with so much. So I find a lot of my notifications aren't going out, and also they're also not suggesting the videos. A lot of it will be algorithm based as well, because if people's constantly searching for things like to do with Ukraine or whatever, need to say, because of what they call the YMYL, Your Money Your Life, it's a policy within YouTube, but also in Google. It's going to limit the views to smaller channels like mine, and also even though Max is quite reasonable size, but also Phil's. They're being hit by this. But it's not great. It's not great for us anyway, because obviously it makes it less. You put all the effort into your video, and you watch. Oh my god, what is terrible! Especially when I had 2 weeks really good before it's all kicked off. The day this kicked off in Ukraine, with Russia making that announcement, stop driving the tanks in. The views plummeted on that day. So that's one of the things, I suppose. Just have to. Oh, cheers, Brian, the immigrant. I better not forget that. We still watch. Oh, cheers, buddy. Yeah, still watch my videos. Yeah, I know. I'll still put them up, but it's I have to. I've got. I want to be able to get the message out, obviously, but also I need to get the relevance on YouTube. And also to get the suggested videos. It's not about mass. I've been there, done that. I've tried that. You probably realise there's some days I've had experimented and uploaded masses of videws. One day I did 12 one day, and just see what the effect would be within the algorithm and what have you, and see what would happen. And when I was over publishing, I found that the views per video were going down. It's almost like you're being allocated a certain amount of views or suggestions. Because most of the views, people don't realise, most of the views on a YouTube channel comes from suggested videos. So when you get a little card comes up at the end of the video, that's where most of the views come from. And if not, that'd be like, the views suggested, obviously the cards, and when you get in your feed, if you leave it running and the next video comes up, like autoplay sort of thing. That's where most of the views actually come from. The subscribers' views are only around 10% for me, although Max is a lot higher. So you get a lot more people watching Max, obviously, because he's blooming good. And Max is actually a lovely guy as well. He's a good person. I do like Max. Makes all the difference when somebody's a nice person. It's uncomfortable silence. That's oh yeah. We've got some very good film suggestions. We've gone to sort of a bit of a lazy chat now, haven't we? But it's I should really be doing more. But it's actually some good film suggestions here. I do like films. I've got my setup in the lounge. I've got a really nice sound system that I've done over a period of time, and then when my business was doing okay, I could afford this stuff, and until Brexit, and then I've got projector set up and all that, 4K projector and screen and stuff. So you got massive. we watch the news on that as well. It's ridiculous. But hey, and the subwoofer. Oh my god, rattles the doors. Good job I removed and knocked the wall out. Hitler, you mean Hitler? Ha Put a moustache on, there you go. Yeah, Preet Patel. She's an awful person, isn't she? These poor people, you know, they're fleeing tyranny and what have you. Death. You know, potential death. And they won't open the doors to them. Got to apply for a blooming fruit pickings visa. That's just ridiculous. Oh, it just glitched. It went on and off. Okay. Shows the futility. There's Brian, there's no point in that, is there? Like I said earlier, I can't even see the point in retaliating. Because it's the end game. You retaliate, yeah. If they do launch them and you're wiped out, do we really want the rest of the planet being destroyed? The fallout it's not going to be localised. It's just going to drift everywhere. It'll be horrendous. Probably the last movie. Oh, with last Mohican. The nuclear radiation is like being put in a microwave oven rated at a zillion watts. Cooks you from the... Oh, for God's sake. I don't know if I want to know that. Oh, cheers for that, who? Oh. This is a cup of tea and has elevated me into a state of complete relaxation and calm. Nothing could anger me. Stubbed toe on the corner of the table. Yeah. God, doesn't that hurt when you do that? When you stub your toe, especially if it's cold. Oh, God, I've done that several times. In our lounge, because I'm not going to move. It's my spinner bike in there. I haven't been on it for ages. You can't tell, can you? And I won't move it. I'm not going to take it out of there because if I take it out, I won't use it at all. So it's there to remind me to use it, even though I haven't done it for ages. And I keep stubbing my toe on it every time I walk past it. It's rather silly. Don't spill the tea. No, don't do it. The only thing deterrent promises is to double the carnage. Yeah. It's not just about us, is it? It's about every other living creature as well on the planet. We could probably do a bit thinned out somewhat. We need a cull. We can start with the Brexiters. Maybe we can do a GoFundMe for us, like I mentioned earlier. A little bit nuts, isn't it? Now, why does the Prittler remind me of a leather lace and a pain? Ooh. Leather lace and pain. Like dominatrix. Yeah, she's a bit, isn't she? God. She'd be nasty. Oh, scary. Did consider moving to New Caledonia today. Why didn't you, Simon Says? Oh, crikey, this is all getting a bit gruesome now. Spartafly, in reply to who about the being heated up from the inside out. It's more like the cells in your body begin to act up weird, and if you have a high dose, your organs can't cope getting rid of the damaged material. Yeah. But your liver first, isn't it? Your kidneys. And your skin will fall off. This is rather horrible. Yeah, a mutually assured destruction. You're right, Brian. The thing is, we've been there before, and that's why, EU was supposed to be a peace project, wasn't it? Just some people didn't like that idea of peace. Are you the new Thanos? Oh, Thanos. I love Thanos. Well, I don't love him because he's obviously, he's also a tyrant. Oh, dear. I need some more suggestions for sound bites if anyone got any. Got a few here. So I've got different page. I wrote them down. Oh, this is the way of the Mandalorian and Gandalf. Thou shalt not pass. Oh, really? I'll show that. Oh, that's horrid. The first responders at Chernobyl were... This is getting very scary, isn't it? Well, yeah, okay, they were doing something out of their... Well, something was coming from the inside and was going on to the outside within a couple of hours. Oh, crikey. I've always thought that mad idea was strange, roughly translated to threaten me and I'll kill myself. Yeah, you're right, that's a good way of looking at it, isn't it? Abnormal, he basically said that I always thought the mad idea was strange. The mad idea of, mutual deterrent of nuclear missiles. It was strange and roughly translated as threaten me and I'll kill myself. That's pretty much it. Oh, Simon says you leak fluids in your own body and swell up like a balloon. Oh my god. Oh dear, really? We're getting a lot of information here about, nuclear fallout. What can we do to avoid this? Can we use a special cream or something? Can we use a cream? Well, can't we just, drink copious amounts of water, just, to keep ourselves hydrated, to flush, our kidneys out and stuff, and our liver and whatever? To wash the toxins out, wouldn't that work? Or could we just shine a very, very bright light up the derriere?
And tremendously wet.
That it was. Oh, my dear missus.
Not to say if you're right.
I'm alright. I'm still alive.
You need
Yeah, I'd love a fresh from my coffee up.
I'll give you a cup.
To be okay, though. They've been talking about what happens to nuclear fallout.
Double one again.
No, that's fine. Just a couple. I'll keep them on the side. They've been talking about nuclear fallout and how your body explodes from the inside out.
Oh, Paul Matthew was then telling me. He said.
What? Oh, you got to top it up, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said that was a bit scary.
That is a bit scary. Horrible. But we're building a bunker.
Oh, he said he's turned the news off because he's too worrying.
Oh, my son in the UK, he didn't watch the news at the moment. He just turned it off because he's all this nuclear talk and that, and he's got a bit really depressed about it, and he's turned it off. He doesn't want to know. It's really strong. Oh, Lucy Willis, thanks for that. That's really good advice. I'll write that one down. We need some really strong. What factor? Factor 1 million or something. Strong. Yeah, okay, I got that one. Strong sun cream. Iodine tablets. Okay. What are those Worman tablets? Will they work? The ones apparently for the for the virus and that. Iodine tablets. So that's one. Okay, iodine tablets. Okay, we try that. When should we start taking these? We got to start now, or is it something we take at the time, or before, after, or what? I don't know. I'm not that all familiar with it really. Anyway, it's like a disinfectant, isn't it? Like an antiseptic, iodine. We use stuff called betadine here for the dogs if they cut themselves. It stains like hell. Do you turn orange? Actually, are you having a laugh with me? Because if you use iodine, would you turn orange? You end up looking like
you'll go person, woman, man, camera, TV.
Yeah, him. The orange one. Now in France, if you're going to have an operation or something like that, you have to have a shower beforehand with this special iodine stuff, just like the betadine, just like it's iodine, and it's a shower gel, like a foaming shower gel, and it's all it's orange. All the water comes off. Luckily, you don't turn orange. Thank God for that. I'm just wondering if Trump used it. Oh, crikey, that's interesting. Smartfly says I met someone who survived Chernobyl in Moscow back in '93. Crikey, were they okay? Or I hope so. Crikey, scary. The whole idea of the EU was to lock historical enemies together in trade, and trade is normally the reason for war. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Exploitations from Brian Maguire. Oh, Brian the immigrant. Exploitation trade, hence European imperialism. Well, we have to trade, I suppose. And we trade through contracts. So you can't help but get locked in. It's like, all these trade deals. At the end of the day, sooner or later, you're going to lose your sovereignty, aren't you? There isn't really such thing as sovereignty, really, unless you want to avoid all the trade deals. You always got to give away something because you've got to have a mutual deal and people have different needs. Different countries have different needs. Oh, I've been topped up with caffeine. Oh, I need intravenous. You haven't put any, radiation in it.
Like sleeping pills.
But wait, no, not really. No, not a sleeping pill. Not a sleeping pill. No, don't need sleeping pills. Esther Witt says our local chemists all stock iodine tablets, but that was in case there was an accident at one of the nuclear plants. Oh, really? Oh, so iodine is used. I didn't know this. I'm learning something then. It's good. So iodine is used as an anti sort of radiation sickness thing. I take it. And turns you orange at the same time. Years and years. Lee says years and years. Another good film. Oh, it's part of it's between HBO and the BBC. Iodine tablets is like putting on a silk gloves before picking up some molten metal. So it doesn't work then. Oh, so the guy you met, he had cancer. Oh God! But he died in '76 in a. I thought it says 80. I'm confused now. When did you meet him? I'm confused now. Or am I missing the conversation? I'm looking. I am. I sold my iodine tablets on eBay as souvenirs. Got 12 euros for them, says Philip Shortall. Oh, yeah. I have I can't remember, underactive thyroid. I have to take tablets already for that. Take them now. So PDAS says take them now so that the radioactive iodine does not get gathered in your thyroid. Oh, will it work for me because I got underactive thyroid? Sun factor 5 million. Yeah, that's about right. Radioactive iodine, one of the most dangerous elements of the radioactive fallout. So you've got to prevent it being absorbed. So we need like hazmat suits that can take the heat. And the gingers, the Russian invasion of Ukraine may put at risk a network of US-linked labs in Ukraine that would work with dangerous pathogens, said Robert Pope, the director of the Cooperative Threat Reduction Programme. Oh, God. Mello says, Putin is such an idiot. No women like him. I think he just pays. Is Putin married? I don't actually even know. You never see him with anyone other than some bit of bit totty. My dad had trouble with his thyroid glands, so they used radioactive iodine on him. Now I have to take thyroxine I need a tiny little tablet. I'll take one a day. It just keeps my levels in check. I blame Brexit. Didn't have it until I had Brexit. No. Yeah, Joey Merrill says, met a lot of Chernobyl kids in the summer vacations here. Hope they're alright. You know, crikey, yeah. Poor little blighters. Poor little blighters. Lots of... Bill Gates needs to shut down Russia's satellites. Is he capable of doing that? So, So apparently they put in, so who's saying, iodine in drinking water in the north of England after the 1950s wind-scale Sellafield meltdown. Gold. And lost in France. He had a kid, then got rid of his wife. You've done your job. Off with your head. Put you in the gulag. Oh dear. Yeah, but what's his kid like? Is he like his dad? Brian says that he's got at least one daughter from a mistress. Oh God. Now Lee's put a bit of French into here. He says, is that why Putin said Russia had the best hookers? Putin is like whore. Saucy. He has at least one daughter from mistress. I said that already. It keeps jumping up. I start reading something else comes in its place. Joe Mayor says most of the Chernobyl kids came from the Belarusia, who bore the most of, because it's on the border and it's on the edge. Rufus the same. He has to take a peroxide or levothyroxine, which is the make. Every morning for my underactive thyroid too. It's a club. I have to start a thyroxine club. So that's why. See this, because I've got an underactive thyroid. That's what I blame the fact that I'm overweight. You see, it's my excuse. It's my thyroid. Hello, Jerry Goff. Hope you're well, buddy. Yeah, still going, buddy. Still going for a little bit longer. Ask your doctor if you have thyroid issues already. No, I didn't actually have any issues that are connected to the thyroid. Basically, my levels were off. So when the nice thing about living here in France is you do get regular blood tests. You've only got to ask your doctor, you need to get a blood test, They generally give you a regular one anyway. But because they found that problem, I get a regular. They do one every 3 months, just check the levels. But then they check other stuff as well while at it. So iodine will work for mine radiation exposure. It is useless after the isotopes accumulate in your system. So we need to start taking it now. Hey, we're building the bunker anyway. Oh, cheers, Nico. 76. I'm learning stuff here, It's good. I'll turn to the bottom again. Puta. We just say puta. Referring to Lee's comment. They should pronounce it Putin in France, but they add an E at the end to make it sound more Putin. I prefer Putin. Whatever. It means the same thing. So you're calling him a... Yeah. I just checked. Only 7 foreign non-Ukraine flag vessels in the port of Odessa. Well, wasn't Turkey going to block Russian vessels from the Black Sea, crossing the Black Sea? Or at least that's what they warned. Oh, yeah, I've got the Lloyd's register there, chatty rat. I doubt that Lloyd's will cover ships destined for their Odessa these days, and I doubt it too. And what's that response to? Oh, here we go. Oh, it doesn't. Oh my God, Rufus says, I broke my neck in 91. Which stopped my pituitary gland from working. And I also have to have hormone shots every 14 weeks as I don't produce them in the way that I should. Oh, crikey. Blimey, you're broken. I was broken. You're very broken. Okay, tell us then. Simon says, tell us, what is it in Portuguese? Puta. Let's do it. We live in the red zone, so we don't think tablets are going to be much use if the bombs fall. Oh, crikey. Let's do it. Aren't you in... Whereabouts are you? Are you in I thought you were in Belgium. Oh, I got that wrong. It just tells me... My doctor just tells me I'm too fat. Now, that is a short conversation. Oh dear. Duke Vengeance says, talk about cancel culture. Is it me, or is the world cancelling Russia right now? I think you might be right. Oh, if you haven't done so already, please like the video because it really helps the channel. All activity helps the channel. So Lucy Willis says, I assume Putin has some kind of non-vanilla sexual appetite. Oh, I wonder if he likes vanilla essence. You know, the beaver anal gland juice. Ooh, lovely. Putin is not a family name. KGB messed up his head. Who, me? There are quite a few ships that don't have hull and machinery insurance, especially in the Black Sea. It's dangerous there. Don't is now. So basically, it's, you know, you think obviously ships, the value in some of these ships, and they're just going to be gone just like that. My old man, my father, once he had this little yacht, and it was only about 22 foot, still tiny thing, that wouldn't help. Gracie S it was called, and it was a seagoing sort of racing shaped hull, all plywood, but it was fast, and it actually had Lloyd's number, so that's registered with Lloyd's. Yeah, Lloyd's London. So yeah, that was quite cool. Had all the Lloyd's number on it and stuff. But it's only 22 foot, so it's registered as a ship. 22 was about 3.5 meters. No, 6.5 meters. Sorry. So it's only a small boat. I've been in Lisbon. Simon says I only know a few 5 words in Portuguese. Spent some time in Lisbon. My dentist is Portuguese. He's a very good dentist as well. Oh, I did. Carol's had she's a bridge and crown done. Like 2 weeks where she had nothing here. That's like these spikes. She's oh, and I've done. God, it's such a good job, I must say. So she's happy. She wasn't happy when she had these spikes though. She was thankful for the wearing the paper mask because no one could see her. Brian McGar, yeah. Brian the immigrant is clearly a Brexit spy in Brussels, that he is. Oh, tell us the truth, Brian. What do you want? No, get the thumb screws out, otherwise. Well. Don't tell anyone, he says. Okay. If you haven't mentioned this tonight, FIFA have been pathetic over the Russia... Have they? The Russia situation. Well, you got Roman Abramovich. He's put his into some charity or something, isn't he? Into his charitable organisation. Yeah, he's worried he's going to get all his assets frozen. They're all linked back to Blinken Putin, aren't they? And they won't be. They're not going to be very happy with Putin, though, is it? If they start losing all their assets and all their property gets seized, or at least put on hold. I think someone said they're going to put it into public ownership. No, that was Russia said they're going to do that. Put it into like seize British assets and stuff, and then put it into so they own it. This is going to go on for a long while, don't you? It's not. The situation is terrible. Lucy Willis, really? As Lucy said, I assume Putin is some kind of non. Yeah. Oh, Brian! Oh, you want some bum screws, do you? Oh, saucy. Always. Yeah, get a little some nipple clamps and stuff next, won't you? Huh? You can borrow mine. Oh, jailer's pet, yeah. That will be our Pretty Patel, though. She'll be the jailer. You have to go on all fours wearing a nappy. That's not good for the environment, that isn't that? But there again, it could get messy. F1 Sosh is gone. Yeah, they've What about the F1? Isn't it? It's they banned Russia as well. Yeah, isn't it? He's put Roman Abramovich has put the Chelsea Football Club into a trust. Not a trust, not a trustless trust, a trust. But I think it's a trust that he already had, so it's one way of protecting it, I suppose. He can just remove it whenever he wants to. And FIFA banned games in Russia itself. Yeah, need to. They can lose their status, aren't they? In any states that they had in the world. Abramovich has put actually into a community trust hands. I don't know if that means he's given it to them or it just means he's just given it to him to run it. Basically, he's trying to protect his assets. Why go that far? We have our own area in Antwerp. He's referring to the little clamps. Clearly, I digressed. The carbon footprint and all that as well. Yeah, I've got a feeling the carbon footprint. Yeah, never mind the nuclear missiles and all those tanks chewing everything up. Oh god, yeah. Boris made a Russian oligarch and ex-KGB agent appear for life. Yes, he did. Yeah, I did mention it earlier. Yeah, it's just nuts, isn't it? So now we've got Russians in the House of Lords. It's just crazy. But the trust said they don't want it. Jeremy Goff says FIFA want Russia to play at the neutral venues with no flags and anthem. Flags or anthem, and they have to use a different name as per the IOC did with Olympians. Poland have told them to F off. Oh dear. As Donald Tusk, when the Prime Minister or President of Poland, wasn't he? Special place in hell and all that. Oh yeah, and the ice skater, wasn't he? That ice skating girl. She was she'd been doped up. Reminds me of Rocky. Was it Rocky 4? With Dolph Lundgren. That's Lebedev. He owns Spotify. He owns the Evening Standard and a major shareholder in the Independent. No conflict. No, of course not. It's like Jay Rees-Mogg and shares in the Russian media. Do you know what? Something I've been really surprised today in this stream. I will be clocking off soon, but is that I had very few bots and trolls. Very few. Surprising. And Catherine didn't turn up. Thank God. Brian the Immigrant says, and so we get back to the title of the stream. Rather than, rather than sexual predilections, Ukraine and dirty Russian money. Dirty, saucy, water sports and all that, which apparently are.
Still much to learn.
Oh, no, not that one.
And tremendously wet.
Yeah. and golden. There were food bots. I wasn't huge, man. There was. I think in some of them I actually recognised the names. They're actually people that I actually leave messages on my videos. But not too many. Russia has been hacked big time. Yeah, there's a group. Oh God, what are they called again? There's a group, Anonymous. And they managed to hack the Russian, or the Kremlin, I believe. And they've uploaded loads of files and stuff of interests, of Russian interests. Yeah, it's a bit of a leak. Oh, I need to get that. I was going to look for that today if I can find it. Probably been There was a troll earlier, but he left to pester someone else. Yay! I wonder if the bots are dead or currently spamming other channels. Now, I do get a lot. To be honest, I haven't had many. Maybe they're just also because YouTube's so busy. Maybe the bots they can't get the messages in. Maybe I don't know. Brian the Immigrant says, "I am a bot. I'm a green bot. All." Maybe it's because the internet's too swamped with all the stuff that's going on because there's so much out there now, and YouTube is just new video, constant. And like I say, no, it's been squeezed. Our allocation has been squeezed, whereas, the mainstream channels, which they consider safe, like Sky, BBC, and all them lot. I don't know about I don't know about the BBC. they get more coverage. So yeah, it's a bit swamped with that. So it doesn't help. It's really annoying though because you're probably aware the channel's doing really badly for 2 months. Got hit by algorithm or something over Christmas, and late November, December, and part of January. Then all of a sudden it started doing well again for 2 weeks, really well. Brought it back to better than it was before, and then all of a sudden this hack kicks off. I mean, literally falls off a cliff. It's nuts. And because I've got a piece of software called TubeBuddy I subscribe to. You pay a little bit of money each month for it, but it's very useful. And I can look on other people's channels and make comparison to what their views are in relationship to mine, so I can see how And mine and Max's are actually really similar. Max being Ruth Spears, his are much higher, But the actual pattern follows the same like that. It's just crazy. Apart from when I wasn't put many videos up over Christmas, but apart from that, it's there. And then at the end, it just dropped like a stone. They're probably spamming other channels. Maybe I'm not interesting enough. So there has F1 team had a Russian sponsor and a driver. Yeah, they removed all the livery, didn't they, off the car? Who's son of oligarch? Yeah, but the driver's actually isn't he? The driver's a son, isn't he? That's what he just said. Sorry, it's the son of the oligarch. So are they getting rid of him? And the car was plastered with Russian flag, and they removed the sponsors. But they didn't say anything, did they? Have they said anything about the driver? Because when I saw it earlier today, there was no mention of the driver being removed. It was just a livery, the sponsorship being removed. Oh, I think I just talked that one up. I just got a VU. What's it? Yeah, I just got a bot comment, so let's just report that. It's probably the P word. Okay, right. Three of Shaleg's predecessors, as Tory party treasurer, are also donated over 3 million each. Yeah, so just so they can sit in the House of Lords. That's disgusting, isn't it? That's absolutely disgusting. You shouldn't be able to buy your way into there. It's ludicrous. It's totally ludicrous. Because where's this money going? It's going to the Tory party, probably, isn't it? Yeah. But those people in there they're supposed to serve in there to serve us. Maybe we should get a bit of the 3 million. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. Does it go into Tory donorship? As a donor for the 3 million, does it go to the Tory party or does it go into the exchequer? Probably the Tory party, isn't it? I know, it's nuts, Daniel. I mentioned it, didn't I? And all of a sudden I got one. A bot. What if I say it again? What happened if I say I got a bot comment? Nothing's happened yet. Slava Ukraina. At least the DUP and Brexit extremist plans to create a conflict in Ireland will have to be completely scrapped. Yeah. That's all on, everything's on hold at the moment, isn't it? And it's kind of, it's Alexander Boris Pfeffel Johnson's the
Kipper.
saviour. Yeah. But I still think Putin's time is...
The clock is ticking.
Yeah, maybe. I have too meat in my bones. I have too much meat in my bones to be a bot. It won't fit the stream. Oh, I know that feeling. My Roman language is weak and didn't know about red light entomology. Very good. Lee Corn says, and Andretti want to make an entrance into F1, so it makes sense for them to buy into Haas. But they want to put an American driver in the team, Colton Herta. If it happens, I can't see the Russians staying. No. They've been ostracised, didn't they? Russia's been completely ostracised. Apart from Belarus, obviously. But, you know, Lukashenko, what do you expect? Good point, actually. No Delousy says, wouldn't mind people buying their way in if it was even their own money, which I don't. It goes into Boris. Oh, it goes into the Tory party. Okay, I thought as much. So that is totally immoral and wrong. Because basically they're buying their way in, but they're supposed to be doing a job for us. And we got no choice. Totally undemocratic. So Downing Street party, including spraying wine up the walls. Ooh. Street party. Rufus, it goes into Boris's party fund. Boris party fund. Yeah, okay. To be spent in the local. Is it off license or is it probably? Estowit says the DUP won't be stopped. No, I hope you're wrong. Gosh, Edwin Poots. That man. Oh, I'll show that. P. Dallas. I tapped a prostitute's window and asked how much. She said €50. I said that was cheap for a thermotheme glass. Oh dear. Oh dear. Gotta watch her with material. Trump, where? Guards, find him. I want his head. Don't we all? RAF Mildenhall. Mildenhall, oh my god, is giving Ukraine signal intelligence. Oh really, with the AWACS? Well, that's interesting. How do you know that? Clever stuff. Shell's speciality is his gallery, Halcyon, with branches in London, Malta and Hong Kong. Yeah, good point, Colin. Hello, Colin. Colin Brigham says 44 million Ukrainians, and Putin thinks they'll roll over. He is wrong. If he fails, let's hope he fails. Yeah, I've been if Putin takes the city, Kiev, there'll be insurgents, won't there? They'll go underground. Not literally, but you know what I mean. It'll be a guerrilla war. So many people get killed. It's quite frightening. Yay for the RAF. Oh, just spending his golden years in exile somewhere in Australia. Yes, later Boris is spending. Oh, I get you. So Oligarchs buy a painting in Hong Kong or Malta and goes to London and sells it back, layering millions into London property market and probably in an asset holding company so they can take the money out later without paying any tax on profits earned. It's just a scam. As the Tories have brought in the asset holding companies recently. Well, in the last decade anyway. It's a godsend to Brexiters. They'll be able to blame all our problems on this war. Oh, again, another diversion. Another excuse. Sorry, what Simon Says? Sorry, wait, sorry for Simon Says. Oh, another joke. Okay. Yes, you have material there, Simon Says. Well, I say that Simon Says has material. Brian the immigrant says, yes, the shortages are due to the Ukraine conflict. They stopped sending Cumberland sausages. The curly ones or the long straight ones? No. Duke Vengeance, don't worry, grandkids. In 10 years' time, the benefits of Brexit will reveal themselves. It'll be 50 years old time, probably. Oh, God. And we've got to take Rees-Mogg on. He's on the case. He's a bit of a head case, mind. I think he's just looking forward to a few more. Oh, yeah, maybe.
I think it's rather uplifting.
I reckon he is. 3 more food banks. Because he thinks they're rather uplifting. He's a lovely, lovely man, not. I'll show you that. Duke Vengeance say some in a top hat told me so. So it must be true. Luckily, I'm not wearing a top hat, so he's not referring to me. I think Bowler Hat Man this morning was actually wearing a bowler hat. Yeah, in the I think it's some brunch thing. They I was supposed to be with Max, Million, and who else was that? Political X, and me, and maybe somebody else in doing the brunch next Sunday. But I'm not here, so I won't have the facilities to do it. So I won't be able to do it. So it'll have to be another time. So yeah, live stream on Sunday morning, sort of lunchtime. Yeah, Putin's, well, the UK is Putin's banker. It is. Putin's used all these little oligarchs where they're bloody laundering his flipping money. David Harris, hello there, buddy. A lot of them use art as a legal way to launder money, yes. And it goes up in value. It's auctioned off. But all this stuff can all go in old companies. They don't have to, it doesn't have to be theirs. An asset holding company is literally just a company. And it gets asset holding company status, and you can you can sell as a foreigner. You can sell you can sell the items and not pay tax on them, but you have to pay tax if you do the same. So it's just a way of extracting money. Number of young girls out there sticking by their men and supporting them. It is quite frightening, isn't it? But it's just I was saying earlier, but there's been quite a few. There's a lot of women that are staying in Kiev and filling up their monocoque cocktails with the polystyrene and stuff like napalm. That stuff. That sounds. I didn't realise that. I didn't understand why they were doing it, but yeah, I learned earlier that apparently the polystyrene dissolves with the apparel, and it's rather nasty, like a napalm, and sticks to you and burns. Ooh. Oh, that would be horrible, wouldn't it? 3rd-degree burns and stuff, wouldn't you? Oh, no. You didn't just say that, did you? But you have to... Oh, God, no. Why did... Oh, Esther Witt, really? Oh, God, Bennett. But at least...
One of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
That he is. So, apparently, according to Esther Witt, Donald Trump has just announced that he's running for 2024. Really? Blimey. Is it to save us from Putin? Because, it wouldn't happen if I was still President of the United States. No, Putin would never have done that. No, not never. No. Oh, dear. Boris clearly thinks it's his golden ticket to turn the public's eye away from his failings. That's what we mustn't allow that to happen. Oh, Big Badge. Yes, he was. He was there this morning as well, wasn't he? I forgot about that. Yeah. But it went down when the Russians... so Spotify, I normally use Flight Tracker 24, but it went down when the Russians invaded due to the sheer volume of people accessing. No, actually, now you brought that up, there's a piece of software on my phone that I was using, and I'll find it for you. And it's called Souffler. This, Souffler Pro. All right? And sometimes... I use a teleprompter when I can't get the stuff into my head. So, that's what I use, Surfer Pro. But I've stopped using it. I've had to go and pay for another app because that one's actually Russian. Didn't realise it. And it's not working. That won't save. Whereas I've been using it ever since I was at Ginger Island. I was using it because I was using the phone. And, so now it doesn't work since the conflict. It won't save the video. If they're short, really short, it just about does it, but anything longer doesn't work. So the thing about this app, you see, it has to have every time you open it, it has to log into the server. So I think there's a conflict there or something going on there. Probably blocked. So I've managed to find another one, which is also very good. So yeah, I've now got this other one, which is because my memory's shit. Two old men will be watching the carts on the M25, and one will say, "Oh God, here we go." And one will say, "Whatever did we do before we could use carts on the road?" The other will reply, "We had lorries before Brexit blocking the roads." Oh, that they did. The UK is the world's money laundering. It is. Be it Russian oligarchs or the mafia. Well, it's not just the UK, it's Italy as well. Yeah. Lots of money gets laundered through London. But they won't be doing so much of the EU clearing through this shortly. Come 2024, is that? I think 2024. It's going to be pulled away. It's not just a case of whether or not the industry wants to do it or not. At the moment, the EU has said that's what's happening. So they won't have a lot of choice. Makes sense in some ways, but they are also saying that they haven't got the infrastructure in place yet, or the system in place to be able to actually do it. So, but there again, the EU tends to be ready. Just the UK never is. That blooming system they use, the chief system, is still keep falling over. It's so old. The system they use for doing the imports and exports from the UK to the EU or to anywhere. That was okay when it was just like the United States and places other, but now it's like 280,000 certificates have to be done. In comparison, it was like about 40,000 before, so it's nowhere near. It's very stretched at the moment. So Ginger Giraffe said, "I'm closer and closer to leaving the United States. I'm sure he will if he gets back in again." Oh my God. God and Bennett. I haven't actually got a problem with Biden. I don't agree with everything he's doing, obviously. You never will you? But on the whole, try it in comparison to Trump. Oh, giddy on. At least he talks some sense. Not bigly. And, what was it though? Very bright light. Let's all drink bleach. It's got to be a sign of a madman, surely. Oh, okay. I've got a question from Spartafly. Marcus, serious question. Hope it is. Do you realise what this all means? Signet and weapons deliveries. No, I don't. I don't know what SIGINT stands for, so I'll take it as now an anagram for something. Maybe tell me. I'm good. I'm intrigued. I am. Learning all the time that I am. Trump, the orange creature from the Trump Tower, golden towers and golden showers, is at it again. Where is Godzilla when you need him? Oh, we need Godzilla. Take down the Trump Tower. And maybe his golden shower. That golden toilet. That's ridiculous. Why do you want a gold toilet? Oh, there. Come to the EU then. Plenty of countries to choose from. Yeah. I have to admit, it's the best decision me and Caroline ever made is moving to the EU. To France. It's lovely here. And everyone we've met, you get the occasional one. Our neighbour's a bit crazy. She's lovely, but she's a bit nuts. In fact, she's taken me to the airport, but she's got better. Oh! First, it was all about the vaccine. She still hasn't had it, and she's vulnerable as well. And now she's going on about Ukraine. So it's all propaganda. Yeah. It's all the media. She's in her own little world. So I'm on a dark web somewhere. I reckon these people get drawn in. They believe all this stuff. They start drinking bleach and putting torches up the butt. Vaseline first. Oh, 2025, that's it. Yeah, I did do a video about that. Up here does. Syria clearing will be gone starting July 2025. And yeah, that is going to be major. That's a huge chunk of money lost to the UK. The UK, London, it clears around €1 trillion every day. And obviously they get a cut of that. That's lost. Billions and billions and billions and billions. London asks, are all the Russian men conscripted at some point? Actually, I don't know. It's communism. They say it's democracy now, but I've got my doubts. Not sounds very democratic at the moment. He's kind of bombarding his way through and he pushing his way. That last election, that was so corrupt. We are up to our neck in conflict. Almost like active combatants, but stay out of the shooting range. Yeah. Oh, Cracker, signal intelligence. Is that what it is? Well, I didn't know what that was. Signal intelligence. So what is signal intelligence? Is it to do with the AWAC system? Where I didn't know that. But there again, I could have googled it. Right, couldn't I? You just see me doing this, and you realise I'm, cheating. Signal intelligence. What do you mean signal intelligence? What? Find signals and then try to suss out what they are from outer space, maybe. Monitoring of wide spectrum of comms channels for activities. Like secret messages. I used to know Morse code. Can't remember any of it now. Just for fun, Here's a look at house prices in France. And we're over when no service. Yeah, I don't blame you, Lee. Do it, mate. It is lovely here. Don't be wrong, there is a learning curve, but no, you're all right because your missus is French and your in-laws are French. You'll easy do it. You'll obviously have to get yourself at 8 carts to shore at some point, wouldn't you? To be able to work and stuff. But they do it like a temporary one, like I think it's a 5-year one to start with, and then was it 5 or 2 years? I don't know. And then you can then apply for the next stage up. Maybe get a golden visa. Or that's Spain. Oh no, it's the UK as well, but that's for Esther Witt says, Ginger Drafts, I escaped the US over 20 years ago to the EU. Best move ever. I like it here. I tell you what, we would never ever. We had our house in the UK was a little semi-detached. Well, it's 4 bedroom because to put extensions on for all the kids and stuff. Kept breathing. And we sold that and bought this place. But this house cost me $60,000 when I bought it. With over 2 hectares of land. And okay, it is a wreck. I reckon this took a lot of work and it still isn't finished. But still, it's been labour love and it's ongoing labour love, to be honest, because what we got here for that money. What we got was effectively 2 farm cottages, which is into one now, and then we've got the big barn. I think what I have over there. No, it's actually over there. We've got the big barn, which is where my workshops are. There's like 3 buildings there, about 100 square metres of barn, and then we've got the other barn on the other side of the opposite the house. And then we've got the bread oven and a couple of little buildings. But 60,000. Okay, well, 12 years ago. And they have gone up a little bit now. But these sort of if you buy something that needs work, they don't make so much money. But the finished properties make a lot more money, obviously. It depends where you live as well. What kind of property you're after. Matt Hancock's gardener is hoping the arms supply company he set up yesterday. Oh, God, really? You are kidding me. You're telling me Matt Hancock has just set up an arms supply company?
My friends.
Oh, I've got my friends to come to see me. Hello, Wally. And Bear. Oh, Wally. Yeah. Hello. Oh, golly, Daddy. Oh, oh.
You don't like it?
He do. He loves his daddy. Yeah. What's up? He's looking at you, Mum. Yeah.
I'm
Right.
going to bed.
Huh?
I'm going to bed.
I think I better do the same. That's how late it was. What's that? Has Mummy got any treats? Has Mummy got sausage? You got a donut? Oh, yeah, he's my buddy. Oh, I can't believe that. Well, I can believe it. That is so... Yeah, well, he's a buddy. Oh, you joke! Oh, you swine! Oh, you just told me that, wasn't it, about Matt Hancock went under Peter Patel for cancelled Dunkirk rescue case. Oh my God. Can't trust anyone, can you? Yeah, it was you. Blooming Londoner. Oh, you met Hancock's gardener is hoping the arms supply. Oh, God, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I get your point, though. I didn't see I thought you meant Matt Hancock had set a company up. But no, his gardener, you're referring to the plastic box man. Yeah. Take away box man to start getting a big contract with the NHS to make all the vials and stuff. You got me there, didn't you? You swine, you. A bit sarcastic, but yeah, satire's dead. Okay, London. I do have my little buddies. My little doggies and my buddies. They're great little fellas, they are. And girl. A little girl, that's a little Dora. Pandora. Who's our youngest, who looks the oldest. Tony Arras. I thought it was 2 years. Okay, that gets Tony. Military service in Russia is mandatory for all males 18 to 27 years old for a year. Oh, okay. That's so they can call them up, so you can, send them into Ukraine, like cannon fodder. Russia brought conscription back in 2020. Oh! I didn't know that, Philip. So they've been planning for this, haven't they? For a long time. And so they bring it in 2021. They know what they're doing. Oh, swines. If Scotland votes for independence, I'll be heading there. My grandfather was born in Scotland, so I'm quarter Scot. Oh, are you ginger? Oh, of course, ginger giraffe. That explains it. The ferries that never take back Chernobyl with any issues. Any theories on how to take back Chernobyl without any issues? Oh, Gordon Bennett. I think you got to... Maybe we've got to take, cut off him off the knees. Putin, I mean, you send someone and get Putin. I don't honestly, how are you going to take back Chernobyl? It's so dangerous, isn't it? There was some reports coming out, wasn't it, at the time where they believed that the radiation levels had increased, but then it said that something to do with the kicking up the dust. Yeah, ex-wife. Well, he was messing about, wasn't he? Caught on camera, he was on Matt Hancock. Matt Hancock. In the shit in the... Anyway, I am going to call it a day. Oh, hang on, I've got a question for me. For the Russians, we appear as active combatants. Before the claim NATO is a threat was a ruse. Now it is becoming real because we threaten Putin's ability to keep power. We are now. He's kind of shooting himself in the foot, though, isn't he? Apparently, only sent half their troops into Ukraine that they amassed on the border. Well, they're 190,000 troops. Maybe Putin thought it would be a walkover, but now he needs to bring in the big guns, literally. Also, somebody said earlier that there's reports on Sky News that there was a convoy, Russian convoy, heading up towards Kiev. They have almost all troops in now. Oh, okay. Crikey. Night, David. Take care, buddy. It is. Okay, everybody, I'm going to call that it, and I thank everybody for coming. And it's yeah, it's been good. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I was a bit worried about it because I thought it was going to get really hit with load of trolls, but we didn't. It wasn't too bad. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And also, it's not a topic that's kind of on point for me, but I think it was okay. I hope it was. And thanks all for the super chats and all that as well. That's very much appreciated. I think I got a coffee as well, which is nice. And I got that coffee. I got 2 coffees. Yeah, good night, Lee. And good night, everybody. So yes, I better call it a night. That's it. Time to bed. Because it's 12:30 here and I need my booty sleep. I got to put on my face cream and that, is it, you see? Yeah. No? Okay. I don't think that'll make any difference, will it? So, what do you reckon? Ooh, do you want Barosk doing? No, don't want that. No, don't want that. No. I can't remember what it sounds like. Harpsichord! No, that can go. I want that one. What about, More than No, that's a bit kind of... No, that's not good. What about... What about that one? That's Boogie on Dan. Boogie. Oh, getting all caught on my wires now. Right. Jazz in Paris. Oh. Okay. Good night, everybody, and thank you very much for watching. And don't forget to click like if you haven't done so already. And comment in the video later if you want. It's up to you. Because it'll be, it'll be on replay as well. Oh. So yeah. Time to go. Oh, I've got a thing in my head. Get out of here. Do you want to be able to... Oh no, end stream. I'm going to reconnect. Shocking. Oh dear. Decisions.